Hello, hello, hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Is
I was
everyone
waiting.
excited for this game on Wool 20 today?
Thank
stop
you.
it.
Oh, 20!
This is
I'm
what
not.
y'all get freaking funny for that shit.
I'm not doing the anime girl voice, so
It is
yeah.
appreciated.
Hello?
Yeah,
My voice is too deep
you
for that
guys ready
shit.
to fight?
I'm gonna commit murder.
Alright. Yep.
So, who would like to recap last time?
Shit's fucked.
Yeah,
Yep.
kind of. Yeah. We got into the library. Oh, let's see. Where did we leave off? Where's my mark? Oh, that was a lot of notes. A lot of relatively unimportant stuff. The cupcakes are still insane. Gareel got fed one, and we all ended up in a maze demi-plane, and we made it go away.
I fixed it. It's fine.
Yeah, it was all fine. Ashton wasn't particularly happy, but somebody was mad. Reasonable.
Par for the course.
Gabriel gives us the information he found out. There's an old hidden castle, that's the library. It is definitely inhabited by a lich, who is also kind of insane. He's been experimenting with trapping and siphoning magic off of souls for permanent use. He was definitely being contacted by Bo in that scry. He knows all the wizard spells and has copies of them all on scrolls, which is going to be fun for Esther once we loot this place. Boneclaw is his. Boneclaws have kind of attacked desert-born worshippers of Thoth in the past, which is why it went after Gareel that one time, in all likelihood. Gareel also knows where Ares' home is, and how to get to Pisces' castle. Leo is being manipulated by somebody who is not a Zodiac, and didn't want to do the debate, but had to. Lieber's been sending letters to Zodiacs for the peace talks, which are legitimate from that side of things. Ares is actually apparently pretty for the peace talks, at least in the letters. He's not a holdout. He's not resisting it. But we don't know anything else about that. Zini's dad's been trying to send letters to them. They should probably look in on that. Gareel transcribed them and gave a sealed letter to Ashta that couldn't ever be sent from his mother. Also, we learned that there is a poet in Verleri writing very bad poetry about Rosalind. Guess who? Rosalind.
Forgot about that detail.
We know where he is now. Rosalind is asked by Esther to help with the Zoldar study and is very excited about it. They're starting to make a little bit of progress, but hit a little bit of a roadblock. Didn't roll high enough. As it goes. Apparently Ashta's mother left him a small house on the coast. Needs to be fixed up a bit to belong to grandparents. And requests that if somehow Ashta had siblings after she was gone, to share it with them, and Ashta feigns Jay and makes the offer. In the meantime, apparently Cam has a girlfriend who is definitely a fae in disguise. The parents suspect this. Cam knows it. That's interesting.
The real question is, does the Fae know that he knows?
Probably.
Who knows? Xenia cooks a lot of bacon in the morning. Tries to comfort Fervus after a nightmare.
Bacon.
So much there, bacon.
Yeah, so much bacon. Food therapy, I guess. I don't know. And we head on down to the entrance to the library, which is a hidden teleportation circle. We find a Boneclaw illusion and various trap glyphs in the first room. We get around them and start sneaking through the new room, which is full of mummies organizing and acting as librarians, floating wispy ghost genasi, a few other things, stone golems and basilisks that were asleep. We evaded all of them and got through to a room where there's a Boneclaw, a Lich, a Naga, a bunch of spirits of genasi, 3 out of the 4 elements floating on little plinths, a number of mephits, and problems. One of the disembodied souls, by the way, was Holliver's. He's the Earth Genasi of the set. The only one missing was Fire Genasi, and we just strolled in with 2 of them.
Yep.
So, we pick a fight with the Lich, as the Lich is trying to work on something, but we don't let that continue. Fervus got shot with Power Word Kill, but Ashta counters that with his one-time use Wish ability, bringing him instantly back, but sacrificing his magical abilities and ability to use or activate magic items for about a week.
Also the ability to ever do that again.
Yeah.
One-time use.
One-time use. The Lich gets finished off by Esther with a disintegration sphere. So, now we are left searching for a phylactery and seeing if there is anything else we need to take and seeing if we're gonna have to fight our way out of here or not. We don't necessarily have to. We've got a way out if need be. Rosalind does, at least. But we've gotta find where this thing hid his soul container. So.
And with that, we open up as the stillness of the fight fades a bit. We'll have kind of gathered and embraced one another. Kind of still reeling in shock of the whole situation. But from what you can tell, at least currently, the danger is past.
Are you okay?
I'm not sure. It was kind of a blur what happened.
In her hands, and she just sort of puts her forehead to yours and just. It's okay. You're okay.
He looks over to like Ash and everyone. What happened? Did we win?
It's all good now. Let's get going.
Don't we have to
Okay.
get the stuff for Esther? We came here for a reason.
Yeah.
We have to kill the soul canister first, whatever that Lich's heart is inside. Let me try something. Conrad, remember the magic locator thingy?
The one that you have to attune to the
Yeah.
vestiges?
You said I could attune it possibly to other magic items, right?
In theory.
I know the feel of this Lich's magic. I at least saw some sort of how it was cast. Can I attempt to attune to that magic to try to find where his soul is?
It would take about an hour. Just to
enough.
attune to anything takes an hour.
Do I have to stand still while I'm doing it?
No, just during a short rest, basically.
Okay. I can try to find it, but it'll take about an hour. We can keep searching in the meantime.
Search, find.
I can try to do at least a sweep of this room, searching for magic. I don't know if that would apply, but perhaps if it's hidden by magic or the like, then...
Give it a shot.
And for the upper reaches of the room, Rosalind will ride on Thorn, who is still a brass dragon, I believe. Or was he bronze? Whichever. He's big.
Yes.
Big boy.
Rosalind, you are almost flooded with the number of magic items that are in this room.
Yep.
Everything in this room, pretty much, including the walls, the floors, the tiles, the ceiling, has some sort of magic to it. And sorting it out is no simple task.
Okay.
Extra reasons. I assume the bag of holding is still usable.
I'll say yeah. You may have some troubles using it consistently, but yeah.
Alright. He'll fish around for a bit, trying to use it, and then pass Rosalind the wand of... I don't know the exact name, but it has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges, and if a secret door drops within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points at the one nearest to you.
Cool.
Wand of Secrets.
Wand of Secrets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. I'll kind of use the 3 charges at any points where the, any points that seem particularly likely. Maybe if this is a statue, that might be a point of interest. Beyond that, yeah.
I mean, it's within 30 feet, so you could
Yeah.
potentially like sweep 30 feet.
You know what? I'm gonna triangulate the room, basically.
I mean,
gonna-
heck,
I'll say you're
30 feet
you're
is.
comfortably able to do so. You can
Yeah.
take a piece of each of the room to be able to cover at least most of it.
Okay.
So what is it? Specifically secret doors or secret doors and traps it was?
Secret doors and traps.
Secret doors and traps, okay. There are a number of inactive traps in here. You're able to detect those between just the detect magic and this wand of secrets. Additionally, you don't note a secret door, but you do note what is effectively a cubbyhole. A secret hole in the wall behind some of the spell scrolls. Because, as I mentioned, the walls are just filled with scroll after scroll, most of which are magic, if not magic spell scrolls. They are magic scrolls of some kind.
Okay. I'll go to that little cubby.
You kind of peer in behind the scrolls, and
Oh,
it seems to be just a simple panel,
Yep.
a stone panel,
I'll use the wand to prod at it first, rather than my hand.
Okay, go ahead and make for me just a d20 roll.
Alright. 12.
Stick. That
Somehow I
didn't turn out
rolled to
too well.
GM. Why is that on?
That's okay. That 12 was fine. Yeah, you tap on it, it prods against the stonework, no seeming effect.
Okay. I'm going to start trying to go around it and investigate and see if there's any sort of lever or button or switch or anything.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Asher will help looking.
Do you have proficiency with investigation?
I believe so.
Just check me real fast.
You can give guidance to her
Yep.
if not. Can I give guidance to her?
Yep, you can. Guidance and advantage.
Okay. 15 plus 3, 18.
18. You don't note any specific mechanisms of entry. You do note that the grout is not as strong.
Right. And I'm going to go ahead and alter self for claws, and I'm going to start scraping at the grout.
And I heard her wait someone real fast.
No,
Someone say
nothing.
wait?
I was just. I thought
Okay.
I had something, but I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
In the meantime, what is Esther doing?
After letting go of Fervus, pretty much standing in the center of the room, staring in awe, because this is more magic than she has probably ever physically felt.
Yeah, and you feel particularly attuned to this magic. Some of these scrolls that, through easy investigation checks that your passive is enough to notice, even though they aren't spell scrolls, like I mentioned, you feel almost a pull towards a few of them. By the way, real fast, Ariel, the grout is over this way. Some ashes nearby helping as well as Xenia, right?
Yep, I'll move myself. I'm good.
Okay.
We will happily go towards the pull.
Yep. Alright, that's in the northwest right here. And in the meantime, Rosalind, as you kind of chip away at the grout, it's tougher. It seems to be magically reinforced somehow. The detect magic at will. You can easily tell it's got some sort of abjuration magic tied to it.
Okay. I'll ask Xenia, is it worth trying to dispel the magic that's reinforcing this grout, or should we just continue to chip?
I could. I could.
It's up to you. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to have you use a spell if it's this simple.
I'm not that tapped. I can. I'm good.
As an
Try an acid.
alternative, we do have a dragon.
Again, Sky?
Or if you pour an acid, it
Oh.
might be able to dissolve some of it.
Fervus, could we have your expertise? If you have a moment.
Best
Thank you,
acid.
John.
Best acid for grout dissolving.
John's muted.
Depending on the composition of the stone, I know in the desert it has most likely is some sort of sand base.
Most
you have
grout
something-
is sand-based. Yeah.
Pardon me?
Most grout is sand-based.
Yeah. So again, that's what she's kind of going off of. Is if it's
Yeah.
sand-based material, odds are if you have something aqueous and acidic, it might be able to dissolve and separate the particles.
To that end, Rosalind's gonna take all of the scrolls out from in front of this little stone cubby area and just make sure they're on the floor, out of the way, something.
And just from brief looking, you can tell a lot of them are either partially finished or there's one finished scroll of Fireball.
Okay.
It just happens to be what's in that cubby.
Yep. Not something Rosalind can cast, but she'll set it aside because it's an interest.
Free fireball.
Esther might like
We
it.
have the scrolls. We have the basics for modification.
You do?
Yes.
Oh god.
Esther, would you like this? I know you have the spell, but if you'd like
In the
to
meantime.
experiment. But you're busy.
While we note
So
scrolls.
much. Huh?
While we note scrolls, Esther. You are pulled towards one scroll in particular. And it's sitting in a not particularly differently protected cubbyhole. They're all in this like hexagonal honeycomb pattern. And as you pull out this one, it is like hefty. It seems to have been made with like the center piece it's wrapped around, like made of almost solid brass. And it is a long scroll just by looking at the radius of the wrapped around paper.
Just take a peek.
You begin to unfurl it, and as you do so, it's not particularly magical. It seems to be mostly just vaguely resonating with something, but it pulls. And as you kind of look and open it up, you note that it's got the symbol of Mackin on it.
Oh my god. um,
Did you find something?
it's not really of importance to all of us, but I think I just found my family line.
Important to all of us. That's what we came here for. That's awesome.
Precisely. It's important to you.
Yeah.
Understand it?
What?
I understand it, Conrad.
Sorry, real fast. Ask again.
Can she understand it?
Opening it up, yeah, it's written in easily understandable primordial. It's not this ancient primordial that you heard before. It's a more recent version of it, a more human version of it.
She's gonna go as far back as she possibly can.
Yeah, and it goes back to when the Genasi were first brought into the desert. It seems that, like many fire Genasi, that you are descended from the original ones who basically came over to this side, as opposed to ones that appeared later on. Because as a note, it's not only genetics that can make a Genasi.
Is there anything about a magic from her ancestors or any sort of odd occurrence or something like that?
That would take a bit of time to look through each of them, and there's not many details immediately visible on them. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Xenia to ask for guidance.
Want some guidance? Yo!
Yeah.
Xenia just like running over with 35 speed of movement, smacking Esther on the arm and running back.
High five of guidance. 24. So looking through the scroll and just kind of trying to analyze it, and your intrinsic knowledge of magic. At one point, you kind of go to like wipe some dust off it, and as your fingers rub across a couple of the names, while your fingertips touch each one, you feel a bunch of knowledge enter your head, and then you pull your fingers off, it leaves. Get
Knock
closer
knock.
to the mic, this guy.
Huh?
If you can get a bit closer to the mic there.
Is this better?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's this mic that it's going off of. Hey Fane.
They kind of stir awake, and yes.
What was that?
It was quick, but they kind of take a second to process the memory. General life information, as would be noted by the important figures of that tribe. Things like the type of magic, the class they were, etc.
What name calls to her the most?
None in particular. You seem to have some sort of connection to all of these.
She's gonna put too many She can on each one.
Yep. Again, it will take a lot of time to process through them. None are of any recent memory. As mentioned, the Genasi have been here for a very long time. Yeah, to go through that in any sort of detail would take some time to study.
Let's clear out everything else we need to so we can take our time.
Right.
Jumps.
Right. In the meantime, assuming Fergus can provide it to use an acid, how are you guys going to enter that panel? There's John.
Purvis can do that, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so John, go ahead. Do you have a way to create acid easily?
I mean, I have my alchemist kit,
Yeah. All right,
and
go
I
ahead.
also have the 1 ounce of war crime juice.
Oh, that's right.
You?
Mm,
We have war crime juice? When did we get war crime juice?
He made war crime juice.
it's distilled war
I
crime.
didn't. Yeah, not me. It was Carson that tried making like a super acid, and then
Oh, that's right.
The most mundane way to use war crime juice. I'm sorry.
All grout. Jesus Christ.
So, as Fergus pulls out a bottle labeled war crime juice,
You're
how are
war
you guys
crime.
choosing to apply this?
Uh,
Bottle?
just
You have gloves and a mask, right? First?
he has gloves. He has gloves and a mask on, and he also takes like a small dropper that he pulls out of his alchemy kit and just
Okay.
very
You reach-
carefully.
You reach the dropper in, and as you put the glass into the container, it melts.
No, this one's coated with base.
Okay, this one's covered with base. Good. There we go. So if you just specify that at first. So as you go to
So,
reach
yeah.
and you're like, hold on a second, you go in, pull it back out, and kind of take some of the base out of your pocket, give it a quick rinse, and it's like, okay, here we go. You pull out the war crime juice, and you go to drop it on the ground, and it immediately sizzles in this horrible stench. Fergus, go ahead and roll me an alchemy check.
Alchemy check.
Yes.
I get advantage on these normally.
Correct.
Hey, kiddo, you want some guidance?
No.
Not needed.
Not needed.
You know that just the fumes from this put the scrolls nearby at risk.
Okay. Get the scrolls out of here as quickly as possible.
We dilute the
As
war
he says
crime
this, you guys note as the stone beneath the cubby above begins to melt from the fumes.
Can you make it stop?
Yeah. And he basically pours a little bit of base on the pouring, and then he's just basically going to try and contain it as best as he can.
Yeah, I'll say given enough time and a bit of panicked flurry of hands reaching into cubbies and pulling stuff out, all with newfound gloves, you guys are able to clear out everything from a dangerous area and go back to applying the acid to the cubby hole.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That got destroyed.
Where did you
think
get
sauce-
that?
Would you believe it if I said Carson made it?
Yeah, I really would.
Yeah.
I remember that stuff.
Yeah, Carson tried to make a super acid, and he didn't
Mhm.
know how to contain it, and he was about to melt a hole through the island, so I contained it.
You contain it.
Predictable. Of Carson, at least.
Yeah.
Well done.
God, I love when you guys remind me of items that I gave you fucking forever ago.
Fergus,
Yeah.
what's the material containing the acid made out of?
It's glass coated in a very strong base.
Do you think that
Put a
you could make
base
me
to an
a
acid.
few of those vials?
You guys hear the
Sure.
click as the piles pull.
What purpose do you need? Do you need
Hear the click of what, sorry?
extreme base coated files
have-
for?
I have acidic-based magic, Fergus. If I can materialize it, and potentially place it into vials that are capable of containing it, we might be able to create a certain type of bomb.
I love the debauchery of these two.
Firstly,
Enough
I don't like
about
where you're
war
going with this. That
Second.
is
The second
Very
priority
risky.
is right now.
yes.
What was the question?
So you guys hear a click as the tile is pulled off, just out of the ground. Like it just clicks in terms of like breaking off the ground.
There we go.
Mage hand, pull it away. Mage hand into the cubby.
You reach into the cubby and you feel the mage hand unable to grab whatever is there. which you would recognize as a side effect of a magic item being in there.
Oh, I got this. Someone hold my diamonds.
No. Yeah, and he grabs basically like a glove that's coated in paste, and he's just gonna put it onto
Wait.
Xenia's hand, and it's like, okay, go.
It can't activate a magic item, but there's nothing about it not being able to carry one.
Correct.
I'm gonna point this out because it's suspicious.
Can we perhaps shine a light first? And Esther's gonna light her finger on fire and just hold it towards the entrance.
You know the acid is flammable, at least acid purpose.
Yeah, okay, good. It's like, okay, good.
Yeah.
Moment of
The
panic.
fumes are dangerous in a lot of ways. Flammability is not one of them.
Yeah, because if you just
Yeah.
boom.
That would be a dangerous combination.
Yeah.
So
Want it.
I promise you, I'm not doing this to stress you guys out, but I do have to step away for 1 second, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Good.
Fucker.
You would have grabbed that thing straight on.
Okay. If Xenia does it, then I
Would've.
won't stop her.
Well,
Hey,
I put a
stop.
glove.
I will say that I have learned from last time to not poke things with a stick. So when Rosalind went to poke something with her hand,
That was more to see if there was going to be something that melts fingers off, like on contact.
No. I understand, but it gave me a miniature heart attack because I was like, no, please don't touch it! You know what happened last time!
See, if the thing of just like, oh, it couldn't activate something magical hit Zine, just like, oh, maybe I should not touchy touch.
I'm wondering if it's a sort of bag of holding situation.
I want to dispel it.
Sorry about that.
I've got a flame pointed in there, not in there, but near the edge, so we can hopefully kind of see what's in there.
Yep. So, looking into the cubbyhole, you see what looks to be a small chest made of absolutely just encrusted in gems, which you recognize just from your passive arcana as a component for a spell that is specifically built around storing items in a different plane.
You wanna grab it?
Yeah.
Okay, you grab it. Go ahead and roll me a.
I'm asking the party. I'm asking the party.
Be careful.
You know, I have a very bad feeling about that.
Perhaps
No, Conrad.
Xenia.
He's
Especially
gonna
the
look
fact that
inside and
the-
actually make a proper. Fervis is gonna look inside and make an actual proper Arcana check to see if there's any safeguards surrounding it,
I
that
offer
sort
help.
of thing.
I offer help.
Yeah.
I
Proficiency.
offer guidance.
Furthermore, the fact that the mage hand couldn't affect it means the mage hand being there was actively activating something.
Yep, I'll say you guys' combination of everything as well as my slight fumble there.
30.
Enough to know that there is some sort of magical ward or trapping upon this, and with a 30, you don't know the exact details of it, but you doubt it would be something destructive just by nature of what this thing is surrounded by.
Not
Should I try and
destructive.
dispel
but-
it?
Can anyone summon a canary to put in the coal mine?
Should I try and dispel it?
Thorn,
I was going to ask if you could.
I want to try.
please don't.
It
What if
could, it could
dispelling
damage the spell inside.
Yes. We need to get into it. I'd
Well,
rather not lose
someone's
a
gonna
threat.
have to make grabby hands for it.
It's not how that works.
Oh. How else is it gonna work, buddy?
Do you have a spatula?
Immediately. Fucking Xenia spatula.
Xenia, can you cast an anti-magic field around my hand?
And he
I
pulls
think
out
that's
his
gonna
giant
be the
flavor.
same problem.
Number one.
Rosalind,
Wait.
Rosalind,
Yes.
Wait, guys.
could I get your mage hand for a little bit? Could I see you do the mage hand again?
Mage hand, yep. Cast
She's
magic.
going to pull out the whip. Could you affix one end of this whip to part of that chest there? And then we're just going to pull it out
I think
will
it's too
try.
heavy.
at a distance.
I'm gonna try and
Could
have
you
the
slap
mage
an
hand...
adhesive on the end of that whip?
Yeah.
I'll try and have the mage hand tie the chest.
Yep, especially with the adhesive, it works.
Okay.
And all right. So who's the strongest out of all of
Me.
us?
Xenia.
Xenia,
Immediately pointed
do you
to
mind giving it a bit of a tug?
Right? Yeah, it's
Careful
not.
now. You don't
like,
want to damage
too-
the actual.
Yeah, it's not too heavy for you to pull. It's just
Mhm.
definitely more than 10 pounds.
Oh, I'll fucking grabby hands that shit.
It scrapes along the bottom with these like bright blue sparks of the little cubby hole. As a note, it's no more than like 6 inches wide. The
Yeah.
chest itself, the cubby hole's maybe 8 inches.
Okay, but shrunk.
Yeah, you're able to pull it out. Just give me a general sleight of hand check for like gentleness.
Can I guidance myself?
I'd say that's reasonable.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Ouch.
8.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Oh dear. Everyone stand back!
No.
You go to pull, expecting it to be heavy, which it is heavy, but as it starts to move after that initial motion, it comes a lot more loose than you were expecting, and you were expecting something heavy.
Too strong.
And it flies towards your face.
Oh no.
So yeah, make a charisma saving throw.
Can I try and catch it?
Go ahead. Make me
Don't try and catch it.
a 30 saving throw, Rosalind.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, can we just take Rex into the ground, please?
Can I
You-
knock
you-
Rosalind out of the way?
instinctively you go to slap it out of the way, and you manage to slap the adhesive on the whip, and your hand sticks to it. It does not immediately activate. That being said, Xenia.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just check the details.
I'm the
Spell.
one that can survive this the most, and I already said hold my diamonds. It's
Hold on,
fine.
Just gotta check something.
If
need to
you get
learn
plane
how
Let me
Shift
first
shifted.
make sure that it was the right saving throw, because I think I might have actually messed it up in my notes.
Mm.
Oh, Conrad.
It might have been a different saving throw. I'm not going to change the number. I'm just going to change the bonus you would have had. I think it's better for you. Don't worry.
If it's wisdom, yeah. If it's intelligence, no.
I guarantee you it's not wisdom. Sorry. So what's your intelligence saving throw modifier?
+1!
+1?
Yes, I'm a cleric!
Oh.
Yeah, I
I'm not
have
a
the best
druid.
chances at that.
Well,
Not a
okay.
druid.
Well, Xenia, as this thing bounces off your forehead,
Yes.
um,
Am I getting plane shifted or banished?
um,
Or
you guys watch
feeble-minded?
as Xenia's jaw just kind of goes slack,
I got feeble-minded.
and then you look with like a dopey grin at the chest.
Just
Oh,
Xenia?
no.
the cleric got feeble-minded, didn't they?
I was just gonna cast Identify.
On.
You feeble-minded!
Xenia.
I'm gonna do like a standard like doctor style checkup, just like
The best
looking at the
day ever!
eyes, looking at the
Give me a medicine check
jaw.
for this. And
Medicine
the
check.
minute that takes, we'll take the mark off the one use of the identify spell, Esther.
The best day ever.
23.
Great. You can confirm that Xenia has in fact been feeble-minded.
She's been
The
feeble-minded.
best day ever!
And
I'm
now
so
she's been
talking now.
feeble-minded.
Yep.
Oh.
By the way, all of your Fane immediately start buzzing like, oh, that wasn't good. What just happened? Xenia's Fane just went dumb. Xenia's Fane are dumb. Oh my god, how do we handle dumb Fane?
Esther, do you know how to undo something like this? Because I do not.
Well, it would have been nice to have Dispel Magic!
Spell magic. I mean, there are a lot of spell scrolls in this room.
Well, you know what? I figured something might be going on. Is Feeble Mind technically a curse?
Nope.
Does anyone have access to perhaps
Um,
greater restoration or something? That might work.
That's it. Dispel Magic, I'm gonna look around the entire room. I am pinging the shit out of it.
Okay.
No. That'll damage the chest.
Tess
That could
has your
damage the
heart in
chest.
it,
Yes.
and we want
So.
it destroyed.
Go ahead.
Yes.
don't know what's
and
in
we
it.
will dispose of it properly. We don't know what's in it.
For Fervus and Esther, assuming you're both looking for the Dispel Magic Scroll, make an investigation check for me.
Investigation.
Game over.
Could I look for like a greater restoration or something like that, or is that not something I
You
keep
can
have
look at
access
that,
to? I'll make an investigation check then.
Can I be a player for 1 second?
Oh.
What was that time?
Can I be a player for 1 second?
Ah shit.
I mean, you're always the player.
Greater restoration won't work, buddy.
For feeble mind?
You guys would know that, yes, it would.
What?
Yeah, great
It would.
restoration.
It ended
Yeah.
by
Greater restoration, healer.
I
whatever.
hate. This is bullshit.
I don't think any of us
I'm
can
pretty
cast
sure.
Greater Restoration except for Xenia.
Woohoo!
Yep.
I'm looking.
We
at
need to get her to Goril then.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
In that case,
So-
Conrad, is there greater restoration in this room?
Which one are you looking for? Dispel Magic or Greater Restoration?
Greater restoration.
Okay. Real fast, what were you saying, Ashton?
Asha is going to look to his Fane, who are still working, yes?
Yep.
And he goes, I got some of you left. Can I send 6 of you over to Xenia? And Purify?
Yes, we still function as usual. It's just our magic that's offline.
Alright. Head over there and Purify as soon as you get in Xenia's head.
Okay. So they do. Xenia, your mind unclouds as the Purify takes hold.
That was the
Done.
greatest nap of my life.
In the meantime, Esther,
was
you
the
can
most-
find
Okay.
a greater restoration scroll.
You got feeble-minded there for a second.
I fixed it.
How are you back?
What the fuck's a feeble mind?
Feeble-mind is a
What you
spell
just got hit
where
by.
you go brain dead. Essentially, your brain goes catatonic.
Thought I was already there, bro.
No,
No,
don't
and you couldn't
make
cast spells.
jokes about that.
Well, that being said, now that you're able to undo it, if anybody else, Rosalind's
So-
gonna tap the chest to see if it goes off again.
Why are you doing it?
Seems to be
Don't
alright.
do that.
Alright.
Okay.
Esther flinches
Okay.
and
One time
goes to
more.
grab Rosalind.
No,
It's like
it's
a one-time
alright.
shot.
Can we... We don't know
As a
how
reminder,
to...
Rosalind hand is stuck to the whip. It's a very simple motion to touch the box.
By the
Also,
way,
well
Fervus,
done.
do you have a solvent for this that won't
Yes,
take off my
yes,
hand?
I do. I do.
Can we not be touching the things in the Lich's lair? We don't know how many layers of magic he put on it. He has literally every spell at his disposal. That doesn't mean we should
But,
assume one thing will end just because it goes off once.
Why don't you touch
I
it?
put. I apply the fantasy goo gun.
Thank you.
It takes
smell
about a
like
second, then
oranges.
you can pull your hand away.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I want to bring this up.
Should be okay.
If Ash just freaking out a little bit about us touching things, which is fair, that was an accident, but he can touch them and then we can help him.
I
If-
will say that I do worry somewhat. The object we're looking for is inside the chest, not the chest itself.
And I worry that doing anything wrong with it might end up shunting whatever's in there to another plane that we can't easily get to until the Lich
Locked?
reforms.
Is it locked?
Exactly.
Can I do an Arcana check to try and figure this out?
Go ahead and
What?
both of you.
I'll help.
Yeah, both Rosalind and Esther give me Arcana.
Advantage from Fervus? Or?
Purpose you give me advantage to Rosalind or
He
Esther.
dance.
Rosalind.
Okay.
Okay, and Esther, do you want to take guidance then? All right, let me just see the guidance master. 27. Okay. Yeah, you would know that technically, as long as you have this item and you're able to cast the spell, you can access whatever's inside this particular chest.
Cast what spell?
Leomund's tiny chest. It is a third level, I believe, spell. Might be fourth.
Okay.
Well-
I'm gonna look for it in the room then.
Go for it.
Investigation
You-
check.
Yep, investigation check.
Ash is shadowing Esther to make sure there's no extra traps from
I'll
pulling
take
scrolls
it.
out.
I assume you're putting that as help, right?
Yeah, but also just, again, making sure, like, specifically the
You
one
can-
that maybe opens his phylactery isn't about to shoot a laser.
You can either do an investigation for traps or give advantage to Esther.
I'll do traps.
Cool.
Okay, 16.
Alright. 16. She rolled a self, didn't?
No, I rolled it.
I see
Sorry,
everything.
I don't see Devin's roll.
Devon's
I
is an
rolled
8.
an 8.
It's right there. I see it.
Oh, I must be lagging. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Sound like you are.
So, I'll give it a quick second to make sure. Let's see if my thing catches up. If not, then okay, this is gonna be a slow catch up. See when it comes back in. So yeah, with 16, you are able to find a scroll of Leomund's tiny chest. In fact, you find actually about half dozen of them.
Can I just burn through that scroll then, so I don't technically have to learn it?
You can either cast it over the course of 1 minute, or you can learn it over the course of 3 hours.
Cast it fucking is. There's about half a dozen.
Yep.
Xenia,
So
bring over the chest.
Yes, ma'am.
all right. So as you guys go ahead and read the scroll, I believe you automatically can do it because of your class. So no problems there. Yeah. So the chest immediately turns much larger, 10 feet in any direction, actually. Sorry, in any dimension, not in any direction. And it is filled to the brim with very obviously magic item.
Oh.
Okay.
In the meantime, you guys hear the soft sound of some sort of magic in the room. And Ashton, your passive perception and general disposition for this immediately kicks in, and your eyes cross the room to near the entrance as you see stepping out of a small portal, Bo.
Frick.
Oh,
He smiles. He smiles at you guys, and well, hello there.
I still have Chrono Stars
Get
on.
out.
One
Get
immediately
out.
goes over. Whoosh.
So,
You really think that's gonna work?
hold on. Give me a second, please. I'm just putting
Yes,
his
yes,
stick
yes.
on the map.
Yes, yes,
Just like a very angry Esther. Just get the fuck out.
Get out. It's not gonna work.
Oh, my roll 20 is being very slow. I
Yeah.
apologize.
I just want you to know that this happens on instinct and immediately and without a second thought.
So, I will say you guys will have enough time to choose your reaction in a second. As again,
Cool.
give me a second to describe what happens.
Yep.
Just trying to get the token on the map so you guys can measure ranges if you need to.
Esther just immediately goes to scolding. Just get
There
the
we go.
fuck out. We've had a
Nope,
hard
right.
day.
So, as he steps into the room, you see he is holding a small, slightly glowing red orb in his hand that he is holding between a pair of fingers and looks ready to crush. In the instant you all look at him, I want everyone to make an Arcana check.
Yeah, we'll do.
Fuck. Gonna use Feign for
Fuck.
damage.
good job,
Fuck
Xenia,
yeah.
little dumbass.
Alright. Xenia and Esther, you recognize that as most certainly a gem of fireball, basically. Where if he crushes it, it will cast the fireball spell. You also note that he is holding it directly inside a very large series of cubbyholes, filled to the brim with scrolls.
And don't.
Yeah, Xenia's arms are just out, just like, no.
Don't.
Ah, so you do recognize it. I'm not here to
I
kill you,
want.
don't worry. Just want to scroll. I'll
Which
leave you
one?
for that.
Which one?
None of your business. Just don't get in the way.
There's a feign over to Esther. We're not doing this.
The Feign over to Ashta. He has a scroll of fire. He has a thing of fireball directly next to some of the most important artifacts of my entire lineage. You are not going to say anything.
And you want to give him one instead?
One over my entire history. This place will go up in flames. Do you not feel the air in here? It's dry. This entire place is a fire hazard waiting to happen. These candles shouldn't even be lit.
You know that they are specifically made candles of continual flame. We're not going to light things on fire by accident.
I know, but I'm just saying for the sake of it.
Yeah, just for reference, for future reference. I mean, in case someone has any
Yes.
ideas. Yep, and he smiles and just easy. Like I said, don't want to combat. Although he looks at Ashta and you see his eyes kind of turn confused. Like you see him blank.
Step in front of Ashta. That's none of your business.
I'm aware.
Get your scroll and get the fuck out.
Yeah. Don't get your panties in a twist. You see him just kind of stroll across the room to the statue. And he passes by Thorn and gives a little wave of his hand.
Asher's watching his every move.
Yeah, he's very casual, but very clearly holding out the gem, just waiting for someone to do something. Never takes his eyes off you guys.
What's the, in Xenia's scry, what did they see that Bo got a new thing of?
It was etching upon, like, his internal organs, basically.
Was there one in particular Xenia noticed or knew?
There was a series, if I recall the past Arcana check. You guys noticed it was a lot of breath and, like, wind-based magic.
You're just gonna look, how are the new lungs there?
Oh, pretty good. How's the new body?
Hmm.
Gotta say, I kind of found the Quadrio? How that's phrased. I found you guys interesting.
Better to kick your ass with right now, my dear.
Take your time. I'm not. I don't think you want to do that right now.
Looking for.
Okay, I want to try something.
Okay. What would you like to try?
Subtle spell. I make no move. I say nothing. One
Okay.
pain point down. Cast Unseen Servant right next to Bo and instruct it to snatch the gem from his fingers and run to us.
Okay. It will be making a contested strength roll.
Alright.
Conrad,
As a
does,
I don't like this.
does
I
the
don't like this, I
strength
don't like
count
this.
as an attack?
It
Just a
does not.
question.
This is a
Okay, thank
disarm.
you.
Can I just ask if it's a surprise advantage, anything like that? Because it does not
I'm
have
gonna say
much in the
he is-
way of strength. I was going more for a kind of snatch dexterity because he's not expecting it.
Unfortunately, the Unseen Servant doesn't have a dexterity score, and this is very intentionally, by the rules, a disarm.
Okay.
Also, he is
has-
absolutely waiting for us to do something.
Yes, that is also true.
Yeah.
I'll give that one. Like, there is no way he's off guard at any point
Oh,
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you would still like to make
Yeah,
that command and make that strength check, you may.
I seriously don't recommend
Seriously, no, because if I knew it was strength, I wouldn't have done it. Because
Okay.
I know this thing isn't strong, so.
Okay, no worries. And you watch as he kind of steps into the statue and
Bring over to Xenia real quick.
Mhm.
Do you have anti-magic?
I haven't leveled up yet, have I? Has it been an hour?
Nope.
No.
It's been less than 10 minutes.
Xenia just shakes their head.
And he reaches into the cubbyhole behind and he pulls a singular scroll, which is a big one. And you all kind of can feel the magic radiating off of that. And he smiles and he puts it in a little bag holding by his side. And he just looks at you guys and. Alright, I've got what I need now. I'm going to leave.
Conrad,
But, yes?
did that scroll look similar to the one that Esther found of her family lineage?
No, it was very clearly a spell scroll.
But you said it was very large,
Yes.
so presumably
Implied to be a higher level scroll.
interesting.
You basically know that the longer the scroll, the more likely it is that it's a larger spell, just like it takes you longer to translate your book. So, in the meantime, he looks at you guys and, still holding the gem out in front of him, he backs up to the area where your lineage scroll was, Esther.
Something else
Yeah.
in that case before he backs up.
Okay,
Because I can do something else instead.
sure.
If anybody has
Suggestion.
any sort of water spell.
Suggestion.
Yep, still subtle in that case. And it's just
Okay.
going to be a now this is being ridiculous. You really don't want to do this. Just put the gem down and nothing needs to happen.
Okay, let me pull up his sheet real fast.
Was that a Lich's scroll, Conrad?
What do you mean?
Was it a scroll of a Lich, or like how old was this scroll?
There is no way to tell from this distance. I'm just going to say that outright.
Okay.
But you can presume that all the scrolls in here were made by the Lich.
All right. Wait. Every scroll in here was made by the Lich.
Yes. All the spell scrolls, to be clear.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, sorry.
A little sus, but
Fast.
Shouldn't-
Okay.
you shouldn't take that.
Go fast, just going to do that quick wisdom saving throw. Alright, hold on.
Oh,
DC
oh,
20.
oh, oh.
You see the magic take hold, and he kind of looks and. So, what was the exact phrase you used?
Just put the gem down.
And he kind of, you watch as he kind of shakes his head and. I guess I'll get out of your guys' way, but I was told to send you a warning before I go. I'll be right out of here after that. And he seemed like not quite drop the gem, but you see he drops it into his pocket, and like his hand is off it now.
It's the message.
Um,
And Esther's gonna feign to Rosalind, just, I know this was you because no other charm spell works, but keep going. I'm gonna keep distracting him.
he just, I was told by, by Ophiuchus, apparently that if you decide to go through with this peace meeting, that things will not end well. And as he kind of says that last word, you guys watch as across the room, back kind of back where he was, you see a different portal open up, and stepping out of it
Really?
is Mike the Fallen. And he immediately steps out and says, "All right," and looks across and notices that Bo doesn't have the gem out. And, oh, he nods to all of you. Bo, mission's called off. Get out of here. He kind of sneers at him, and I'm just delivering a message. Don't worry, none of my normal plans. And you see Mike get a chopping motion with his hand. Like, no. I also have orders.
Scroll.
What are you doing?
Scroll.
What about the scroll? This is Mike speaking to you, to be clear.
This is a sacred place.
Yeah, it's a desecrated place, technically, as Mike kind of mutters under his breath.
What did you just say?
You notice it's been desecrated. There's been a lich here. It's kind of reversing the holy magic of this area, but again, we're not here to cause any issues. He kind of grits his teeth. It's complicated. I'm not your enemy. Just, I know I can't. I know that you don't believe me. Just, I'm here to get a bow out of here. Unfortunately, if you try to fight him, I'll have to fight you as well. I don't want to, though. I don't want there to be a fight. Just he has new commands he doesn't know about. So, please. And he looks back over to Bo, and the orders of your master have been rescinded by the orders of mine. Bo kind of gives him an odd look and smiles. And Mike, we serve the same master. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Go ahead and anyone who would like to roll me an insight check on that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
14!
Bugger.
-1 to it.
I'm using feign
Insight.
advantage. Fuck yeah.
Okay. So anyone who rolled above a 25 total. You can tell that this is Bo trying to signal to Mike to stop talking. Oh, sorry, was I too far away there?
Yeah, that was a little garbled. The wars of your
sorry.
master have been
The
rescinded by what?
the orders of your masters has
Ah.
been rescinded by the orders of mine.
By the orders
Oh, sorry,
of mine.
of my master.
Okay. Okay.
MINE.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
That's a bit peculiar.
Mike
Interesting indeed.
smiles and
There's a vein over master. Just let them talk themselves into a grave.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you see, walks over to Bo. And you guys can sense just the normal paladin orders that coming off him are distinctly powerful. They, even from that distance, like, wash over you guys, and they seem to be mostly protective. You all are currently benefiting from the Aura of Courage from Mike, which is a +6 to all saving throws currently.
Oh, is he a what? He's a what's his dick?
Oh, that's all
Paladin?
paladins.
No, I play a paladin. No,
Yeah, all paladins get Aura of Courage.
no, I play a paladin. The level 20.
Yes, sorry, the 18th level ability where it is 30 feet.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys know that Mike is one of the level 20 paladins.
I forgot the name for them. What's his? I play a paladin, you assholes.
Sorry about that. So, you kind of just... I think that if you want this to stop being a conversation, Bo, that you should leave. And Bo kind of, again, just kind of sneers and looks to you, Ashta, and I'll leave just well, apparently, go ahead with your peace talks. Apparently we're honoring the intent of the law now, not the letter. But, fuck happened to you, Ashta? Why do you seem so weak? Why do I feel like I could kill you right now if I wanted to?
Get out now!
Leave.
Mike just
Like
puts
a
out a hand to you guys and
dare.
quiet, Please, I'm sorry, I know he's trying to aggravate you, but he's trying to aggravate you. He cannot attack you unless you aggravate him first.
No, he's throwing a tantrum like a child.
No, he is under command not to attack you unless you attack first. Don't give him what he wants.
Oh,
I'll kill you later, you blueberry sociopath.
he's leashed.
Bo smiles
I'll
and
give you no
goes,
quarter then.
"Is that a promise, Ashta?
Oh dear.
Shall I see you in, call it a couple weeks? Maybe a week from now? We can have our duel then. See how strong you've truly become. Whenever you've figured out whatever this bullshit is with your magic. Also, how's our little love child? Still wreaking havoc?
What? What?
He just looked at him.
Yeah. Mike, you ruin all my fun. He kind of walks up to Mike and pats him on the shoulder. Well, just remember, you're under oath too. And you watch as Bo waves a hand and steps through a portal and disappears. And Mike kind of breathes out this deep breath and looks to you all and
Sure, he's not on the ethereal.
he might be, but I think he's more likely in the astral. It's where he likes to hang out, you know, time being so fluid there.
So who do you serve?
Ophiuchus, technically.
Technically.
Do you mean technically?
Which one?
He smiles and, well, now you're asking the right questions.
Is it which aspect or which individual?
I can't answer questions directly, my dear. Unfortunately, I am bound by oaths, and I am what binds them by oaths as well.
How about this one then? What the hell are you doing here?
Keeping you all from getting killed and delivering a message as well. A more considered message. Go ahead with the peace talks. We will not interfere with them. But remember that Ophiuchus only commands the Zodiacs. He is not one of them. That being said, I was given no orders on if I can stay longer and dance around answering questions, so shall we take a seat?
He's not a zodiac, but commands them.
Yes, he has taken ownership of them, directed them. A general commands their armies separate from the president. The president just commands the generals.
Wait, you're calling him he, first it was they. Is it more than one, or is it just one that rules the zodiacs?
As I said, I cannot answer directly. At least the questions like that.
But
Just
his
note down how he
silence
refers to him each time and we can put it together later.
Is of...
Please, can we sit? I
I'm good.
feel I have much to apologize to you all for.
Fine.
I will stand, thank you.
Yeah, I'm in standing position. We got stuff to look forward to around here.
If you're in a sorry mood, why you spy on us?
Well, I'm not forbidden from answering this. I am the only reason that Ophiuchus has not won already. I am capable of binding others to oaths, and I managed to convince Ophiuchus to bind themselves. Thus, while I live, and while the tenets of our deal are honored by me, things have been allowed to cease from falling apart.
So you...
But I also keep watch on those who might be powerful enough to give me opportunity to get out of my oath.
So you have a bounded oath with them, but you're working with him?
Part of my oath binds me to them. And while
Holy.
I work for them, the oath maintains.
For Holy Paladin, you sure dance around the laws and rules like a devil from the hells.
He kind of smiles at that, and I'm not going to deny that, Ashta. but it has allowed me to keep this country alive longer than I would have otherwise. I do what I must. Just like I couldn't bring myself to kill the Archdruids when they first invaded. I do what I must for the sake of the people, not for the sake of the government.
What opportunity do you see in us then?
My oath, well,
Well,
my oath doesn't extend to you. It does not. You seem kind of like almost wincing at what he wants to say. You have the possibility to be an exception. At least if I can time things right.
We're a convenient gray area.
You're a gray area I've been searching for. Convenience takes no part in it. You're an opportunity that I've been looking for centuries, decades, depending on whose time you ask.
And when did you figure we were that opportunity for you?
When you became as powerful as you are. I've been watching for a while. The oak leaves were just the first step to that. You are not the only ones I've seeked out, just the fastest moving.
oak leaves.
The
Yes.
pendants.
You watched us initially through
An
scrap
oak
of
leaf
wood.
pendant.
A scrap of wood,
Yes.
I recall.
Yeah.
We were not
was,
powerful then.
No. But you've become powerful now.
You just spread those out through whoever you want, listening when you feel like it. See who gets higher up on the list.
Yes.
You're desperate.
Yes.
But that's not an insult. It's
I have not taken it as such. You speak the truth. You may investigate while I sit here, I assure you, and by the oath that binds me to all, I will not harm you unless you try to harm me. And you feel a resonant hum in the air, and you watch as these chains wrap around his wrists and tie them to each other. He smiles. I guess the oath decided to be dramatic today. Please, do what you must. I will simply be here for conversation while you look around. I see you've managed to break into the old lich's chest. Peruse, I won't stop you.
First of
You've
all,
earned this victory.
can you recognize a phylactery upon sight?
Yes, if I needed to. Especially fast.
what's a phylactery?
It is the housing of the lich's soul, their true soul, that keeps them alive. With it, they can regenerate a body and be reborn to wreak havoc anew. Without it, they are dead like any other creature.
Sure, the corpse
Yeah.
runs to lick its wounds.
I was just calling it the box.
If
If what? Please, my dear, ask as many questions as you can.
I can't word.
That's okay.
How many magic enzymes in there are going to affect us if we touch them?
And he takes a look, and I can detect holy and unholy magic. I can't detect all magic. There are a number of vaguely holy objects in there, but nothing that are of direct danger that I see.
There's holy objects?
At least one, and he gestures towards a pendant sitting at the base.
If
So-
you bring me the items, I can identify them. I can take time as well, so that way we get better insight, I suppose.
And it will take, I'll say this right now, the number of items in there will take you a few hours to ritual cast all of them. And there is a total of, hold on,
Oh boy.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 magic items in there.
Zingy's just looking at Ash and Rosalind. Should we take a bit of a break? We got, a paladin who's actually protecting us for the moment here.
I
If you
assure
want
you,
to do,
nothing can hurt you while I'm here. At least none of
If
those
you-
things.
if you want to do an assembly line, I can sit, bring me an item, and then we can identify and distribute.
In the meantime, might as well pilfer what you can in case the lich doesn't get destroyed. Take all the scrolls so that he has less magic.
Oh, don't worry, that was the plan.
So, as he sits down and you guys begin collecting what is quite literally every single possible wizard spell to be cast, except for one. The boat took.
Asher walks over. So how do you know the Azure ass hat?
He's a magical oddity, much like I am. He has carved out a strange niche for himself in this world.
Do you know what he did to his guts?
Oh, do you mean Bo?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were referring to someone else. No, Bo is another servant of Ophiuchus.
Who did you think we were referring to?
Yeah, someone known as, we call him the Azure Wizard. So,
Sir!
That motherfucker!
you do know him.
Oh,
He's...
My question stands then.
Which one?
The one you thought.
That motherfucker has my ring!
Yeah, as I mentioned, he's a strange magical traveler. He's done the time it takes to become a complex and accessible being to the magics of this world, and as such is taking the time to enjoy it at his leisure.
Is he like evil or just an asshole?
I wouldn't call him evil, I'd just call him self-centered.
Just an
Care
asshole.
much about anything outside of his own wants. Most of his wants are relatively, not evil. I don't know about good, but not evil.
Does he have any ties or obligations in common with you?
Not that I'm aware of, other than general lack of desire to see the planes collapse.
What are his wants?
That's a question that each day I'm sure he would give you a different answer.
Is he an archphage that just broke containment or what?
No, he's a human. Just weird.
It's a fine
I
line.
aspire to be him.
Many do. I'm sure
Don't
it's
take-
in existence.
Don't take rings from people, Lester. That's not nice.
Oh,
No, but I have...
Alright, then back to the other one. How'd you know the blueberry sociopath?
One.
As I mentioned, he's another servant of Ophiuchus, but past that I cannot give you detail.
Can you please stop saying his name?
His name holds no power over me.
Yes, but it makes
Also,
me
if you don't think his eyes are already here, that's a bit,
Yes. You are being
Naive.
watched no matter what happens, but as I mentioned, they can do nothing so long as I do not break my oath.
Oh, cool. Have you ever met the Lord of the Mind?
Myself? Not directly.
Oh, he's a nice man.
So I've heard.
Are you under oath of the Lord of the Mind at all?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Are you under oath to the Lord of the Mind at all?
No, I'm simply aware of their existence.
All right. Esther's gonna sit on the table in front of Mike the Fallen. Bring me the items!
Yep.
Yes, ma'am!
I'm going to give the description of each of the items one by one. I have the list here. I'm just going to give visual descriptions, as you don't know what each of them are at first.
Yeah.
Then
but
can I
just-
pick from the list of
Yes,
visual
and then I'm
shit?
going to
Yes!
step out and use the washroom real fast, and I'll let you pick from the list. If you guys would like to take a note of this, please do.
I'm noting in the Discord because that's faster for me typing. So
Good.
ready.
So, 2 potions, a cloak, 2 different potions to be clear, a horn, a wand, a staff,
Ooh.
a 1-foot diameter stone.
1
seems-
foot?
That's
Jesus.
big.
Yep.
Big stone.
It's a rock.
Yeah, a 1-foot diameter stone.
rock.
A
That is a
1-foot
Dwayne Johnson sized stone.
I already said the stone. What seems to
Yeah.
be a arcane / mechanical arm.
Oh.
An amulet.
Fuck.
And a what?
An amulet.
You don't
which
like
was
the
the
X?
holy item pointed out earlier.
Oh, I thought you fucking meant an omelet. I was like, what the fuck?
Omelets are ring, guys!
Yeah, you know, with like bell peppers and cheese.
Omelette.
Alright. Fuck all of you. 2 needles,
2 needles.
like sewing needles.
Okay.
Um,
You know, like the scuddly kind?
fuck you. 2 shards of crystal, a warhammer, a ring, a crystal ball, and a longsword.
Oh,
So, I'm going to really fast run to the washroom.
The amulet looks
Okay.
cool.
What? How do you spell amulet?
I've got
It's
this.
amulet.
It's amulet. He's saying it's stupid.
Oh, dumb bitch!
Yeah, it's
He's seeing
amulet.
it like a fucking.
There you go.
See,
amulet.
I want to see what the amulet can do, but also
Okay.
I want to
Amulet.
figure out what Conrad says is broken if I use it.
Alright, here's the thing. Cracking knuckles. We're not gonna leave here until this shit is identified. So,
Yeah.
so that's 17. 17 times 10, that's 170
It'd
divided by...
take about 3 hours.
Yeah, so it's gonna take approximately 2.25 hours. So,
No.
Don't forget that it's actually 11 minutes per spell, so it would actually take a full 3 and then a bit.
depressing. Okay.
Yeah, because it's 10 minutes plus the original casting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So 11
Alright,
minutes
well-
per spell, 3 hours, a couple more minutes, the time it would take for you to explain a thing and then pass it off and grab a new one.
Yes,
think
so
that-
I'm going to say every 10 minutes in real life, tell me when it passes.
Oh,
As long as we're having a conversation, every 10 minutes, just like send a message in the Discord, and you can choose one thing to identify.
Okay, in this
Oops,
case,
sorry.
just, does Esther have to be completely focused on this to do it?
You're focusing as if you were concentrating.
Okay, so I can still kind of walk around and do other stuff as long as I'm concentrating on it?
Yes, as long as you were still holding the item.
Sounds cool. We're gonna start with... What do you guys want first?
Mind most reading of like things like anything complicated is considered able to break concentration because it takes concentration to read and cast spell rules for the full minute.
It is okay. I'm gonna have to ask Rosalind for a favor then.
Go for the amulet first, because Xenia was probably poking at that and... yeah.
give me my omelet.
In 10 minutes, let me know to give you the details of that. So
Okay.
as Mike just kind of sits there and so ask me what you wish.
No,
How old are you?
Mike.
Do you
Yes.
skip Blacker among any of these things?
He kind of looks in and points out what seems to be just a simple copper coin. He says, "That would be it."
Very well.
That is almost conspicuous in how inconspicuous it is.
Yes, if he was smarter, he would have had a hoard of gold to keep this hidden. But I suppose. he's
So,
worried.
and he
What
just,
should you destroy
he
it?
just pulls back the crossbow.
As a note, you only have a normal crossbow right now. You cannot activate essence.
Yep, that's fine. He still pulls back the crossbow. So,
I think I have a better idea.
We use war crime juice on it.
Just
Yes.
the acid.
Sorry, you would like to use? Oh, okay.
Everyone stand back.
as Fervus pulls out the comically labeled war crime juice bottle.
And he looks at it and goes, "Oh." And he looks at Purvis. Alchemist, right?
Yes.
Whatever happened to your purple friend?
Keeping an eye on him.
I tried to, and then he left you guys. I haven't heard much about him since then.
He went
I've been
to
busy the past.
join a wrestling troupe.
Oh,
He got a
There's
job.
a quick feint over. Guys, let's remember this guy still works for you know who.
I told him he got a job.
well,
Yeah, and then you just had to go into detail.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions to have me dance around, and I welcome you to begin. I can answer a lot about a great many things.
How long have you been
And
in the
he's just
astral
gonna
plane?
pour a drop onto the copper
The drop alone
coin
doesn't
as
seem to
that
be
is
enough,
put
but it
into.
does seem to be effective. What was your question, Esther?
Okay.
How long have you been in the astral?
By internal time or external time?
External.
Over the course of what you would call the past 150 years, upwards of, well, how long is it now? 1100 years? It's been, to me, about 90 years since I last saw you.
How do you remember that for 90 years, though?
The gift of practice and favors, mostly.
It's not as hard as you'd think.
He taps what seems to be an Ioun stone, circling around his head.
Yo, you got some brain stuff, bro.
Asher also goes, it's not as hard as you think.
Oh yeah, you were
Yeah,
gone for
so-
like a year.
He nods.
He's just gonna pour more onto the coin.
It's working slowly. You'd have to let it sit to see how effective it is. That being said, the amount of fumes it's producing is a lot.
So he's gonna cover it. He's gonna cover it with the glass base.
Okay, you would know that is recipe for an explosion.
Yes.
Producing gas in an
He's-
enclosed space is how you make a bomb.
Yes. He's slowly letting out air every half a minute.
Purvis,
Okay.
just use something else.
No, I
Explode
have
it.
nothing else to
It's
do.
unfortunately a bit late for that. There's no take backsies on war crime juice.
I
Well,
blow it up after the war.
I mean-
Put a base on it, I can blow it up.
Ever so kindly, Fervis, can you slide that over here?
Sure.
Be careful with that.
And he's going to slide the coin that is sitting in war crime juice in the base in the basically like a almost like a glass box.
Please be
Um,
careful.
Mike kind of takes a look at it and says, "May I try something, or would you like to go first, Esther?"
Oh, I would really love to attempt this.
Please do. Also, I hope the revival's gone well. Are you feeling any better?
What?
Yes,
Oh,
actually. And,
Good.
well, different, I suppose, but I do need to ask you a question after this. One
Sure.
moment. Everybody, step back, please, and thank you.
You watch as Mike actually takes
Here.
a step between you guys and the container.
Focused
gonna put his
solely
goggles.
on the container.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check to kind of
Ah.
narrow down the focus of this.
Cool.
Because it's
Yeah,
a rather
'cause-
large radius.
Ah.
6. You splash a significant amount of acid in the area, and you see it splash onto Mike, and he just kind of winces. You see the chains around his hand break. And he says, "Don't worry, I know it was an accident.
Shit!
It's alright, I'm not... Just, please."
Let's use something else that
Fine.
isn't acid.
I'm gonna pluck one of the stars from my crown and hold it in my hand.
Yep, and he says, and he takes the container from you, Esther, kind of like wiping the acid off your hands. Doesn't hurt you, but just kind of cleaning your hands off. You don't touch anything by accident. And he puts it on the ground away from, 5 feet away from both of you.
Alright. Would I be able to take the star a little bit out of what the usual mode is and just cup it in the hand and press it down and then point blank just straight into the coin?
That's a fair attempt. Go ahead and give me a charisma check.
Hooray. 20.
Nice.
Okay, you do significant damage to the coin. It is not completely destroyed, but
I've
it
got
is, in
4.
combination with the war crime juice, very damaged.
I've got
Rosalind,
3 more
before-
of these things.
Rosalind, before
Yes.
you do it, I want to try something really fun because I
Okay.
think I can do something fun now.
Alright, I'll back up and let Xenia have a turn.
Our best go.
No, Xenia throws the coin up in the air and goes, "Hit it!"
Okay, I'll shoot it with the... I wanted to control,
Hit
but
it!
okay, I'll shoot
No,
it.
trust me, I know what Xenia's doing here. Do it. Go ahead and click the ability for Xenia.
Oh my fucking god.
Amazing.
So,
It didn't
go
miss, but...
you can willingly make something miss.
okay. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead,
Let's
go
make
ahead
a
and
crit.
make critical damage on that.
Sounds good.
Total of 71 points of damage. Yeah, and with that, the coin shatters, and there's this... as you see a bunch of souls just explode outwards of it
Good.
and rise into the air. And this shadow seems to lift from this room as well. That was technically Rosalind who broke it. Rosalind, in front of you, kneeling with head bowed towards you, the bone claw rises from the shadows
Oh no. Oh no.
and just looks up at you, and you see the jaw kind of click open and just says, "Stir."
Nope.
Oh, no.
You have a bone claw now.
Rosalind, you
You're
have
in
a
ownership of
seeing
the bone claw.
servant.
You have a bone claw, servant.
You have
No.
a phone call.
No.
You have a bone claw.
Yes, you do.
She's looking at
Mike
it,
takes a
all
look
of
at this
them.
thing and just puts a hand up to you, Rosalind, and says, "I assume that wasn't yours before.
No.
No,
Just
no.
put
In
it
fact,
through
it was
his
trying
nose.
to kill
I
us.
would ask that you wait a moment." And he walks up to it and examines it. Beware, if you command this creature to do anything but evil, it will not listen.
I'm going to say this one more time, because it's seeming to not work. Let's not play around with magic of liches.
I
You had to
don't
destroy the
want to.
phylactery!
Turn
Did
to
you
my...
want it to come back, buddy?
It won't listen if it's commanded to do anything but evil. What about something neutral? What if I tell it to just leave?
Anything that isn't explicitly evil.
Can it die?
You can spell it permanently?
For a time.
Permanently is not for a time.
I was asking the can it die question. I was answering that.
Can it be deconstructed?
It will regenerate in time.
How long?
Depends on what you do to it.
If
I
I were to...
believe you have a cleric among you, yes?
Hi.
I believe you may have the best chance to dispel this permanently, though I don't think it will be a short process.
Xenia, please.
Alternatively, I could take command of it if you would like.
No.
No!
I want it dispelled.
Very well. It is your creature, so do with it as you wish. That being said, yes, the first of the abilities, or items, is found. So, that is known as the Amulet of the Devout.
Oh my god, just say amulet!
Fuck you?
Xenia, that's yours.
That's from the Wild
Esther-
book.
Real quick, Esther's just gonna kind of look at it and just... Xenia, I think you're literally the only person who could be capable of wearing this. This is
Can I-
yours.
You mean?
And Esther will put it around your neck.
You do have to attune to it.
I need to find out what to be attuned from.
We'll take
Okay,
an hour around
amulet
this stuff.
down.
what's
Who
next?
is next?
Do any of the designs on these various things look particularly interesting or evocative or suggestive of their nature?
The staff has a number of birds carved into the top of it.
Interesting.
The horn on near the mouthpiece has what looks to be a finger over some lips, like a shushing motion. And the cloak just looks really cool.
Doing okay, John?
Yeah, I'm okay.
There's slight muttering.
Mhm.
As well, the warhammer just looks pretty cool. Like, there's a bunch of like dark carvings into it, and the sword is just like very masterly crafted.
All right.
Can we check the arm?
I'm gonna hand the 2 potions to Fervus to identify.
There we go. So,
Um,
Fergus, I'll say that
do
it
so.
take you 10 minutes. Yep, it'll take you 10 minutes to do so, Fergus. Each one of them.
but aside from that, what seems most useful to all of us, you think?
I'd say just check the arm just because I want to know what it does.
I don't care so much about the arm. The arm isn't going to be of much use to us right now.
I don't know that for
Come
sure,
on.
but
Sorry, you said there's 2 needles?
Yeah, like sewing needles.
I'm gonna
There
fucking do
is-
the first sewing needle.
Sure, just roll me a d2.
Okay.
Cool as shit. I don't know, I'll pick number 2.
Okay, cool. So, in the meantime, like, just kind of, right. I'm going to suggest you do something with that bone claw, though nothing quickly can be done with it. If you destroy it now, it will only be for a few hours.
Can I be bound to it?
I don't know the manner of which these things are normally bound to creatures, so I could not say.
What's the long-term permanently getting rid of it?
That is a conversation between you and your god.
I'm gonna look at the
Which
bone claw,
one?
point at the corner of the room, and just tell it, go there and wait.
You see it rise, and with this unnatural clicking speed, it takes what seems to be almost like a vigil in the corner of the room. Hands
There's a-
laid out, ready to pounce.
there's a faint over to everyone. Is stealing Bo's testicles considered an evil act?
I mean, we could
Yeah.
just ask... You know what we could do? We could ask it to kill everything outside of this room.
Keep it busy. And if
It
it
will.
dies, it'll come back in like a few hours, and then we can ask it to do
I-
it again.
I would not use that phrasing, because that is a very open-ended statement outside this room.
Mike
Is
kind of points to
expansive.
Rosalind. Yes.
You have to
the
be
library
very
that's not
careful
in
about phrasing.
everything in the library that's
Also,
not
no.
in.
That would
We're
include
not.
us.
We're
And
not
no.
gonna play with this too much unless it is in a very explicit target that cannot be misconstrued. For example, what I said before.
We know you want Bo dead. We want him too.
That's not quite what he said.
The testicles. That would be very funny, though, to be completely and
I
utterly
personally
honest.
wonder if it needs to be an actively evil and cruel act. Because go out there and smite a bunch of undead is pretty paladin.
I am not testing this.
You also have to get Rosa to say the word testicle.
True. That would be hard. So, Rosalind,
Yes?
while I'm doing this, I unfortunately can't really do anything that involves reading or writing. You have your quill, yeah?
I do.
And it can write faster than, well, probably any of us can, but it can write, you said as fast as you can read, right?
I believe so. At least it was as fast as you could speak. You have
Can
to
I
speak
ask
to the
you,
quill.
okay, would you be able to copy some things down for me?
As long as I can read them.
How many languages can you read?
All of them.
Well, then, that's the issue. All right, Christ, I don't know how to find anything in this place.
What are you looking for? I'll start searching.
I'm looking for anything old history specifically, dated to when my ancestors crossed over. This scroll, and she kind of holds up the Maccan one, is of my personal lineage. If you'd like to read that, you're more than welcome to. As well as
As you
that,
say that, by the way, as you specifically say, if you would like to read this, you're welcome to. The scroll flashes for a moment and almost becomes more heavy in your hands, more solid.
It
that
Carry
was
on.
weird.
reacted to that. Is that a permission granted? Is that part of it? Could I not have read it?
I think it might have actually. It's weird. Some of the names I touch in this thing have some sort of magic. The knowledge is stored in the paper.
I'll go over to Esther and try to unroll a bit of the scroll and see if I can read it.
Yep, you're able to read it.
Yeah. Anything weird about it from what I can see?
No, it's basically a family tree with names. If you do, as Esther mentioned, you push your fingertips to any of the names, you basically get a Wikipedia article of them.
Okay. I'll look for Esther, but I'm not going to push the finger to the name. I just want to see the immediate family, the familiar names that I know.
Yep,
As a
those are all the
reference
ones you would
point.
recognize.
Yeah.
Yep, it is at the very end of the scroll. That would take a lot of unfurling to get to.
Oh, it's on the inside end. I thought the
Yeah.
most recent would be at the... Okay.
Nope. This is magic bullshit.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of idly scroll along and see if anything jumps out. And at the end, just out of curiosity, is Fervus on there given adoption, or is this bloodline
He
only?
is.
Cool.
He is. It actually has Ferris's family tree connected through him, though as you go to read it, it's murky beneath your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Fervus,
Yeah?
come look. I'll point out his name.
Ferris, as you
Sure.
Ferris, as you look to it, you can see the two family trees. All the names are clear to you.
Yeah.
I
It must have been a
cannot...
permission grant.
Yes. I can't make
Yes.
out. And she pokes at the names of his parents and grandparents and...
Okay.
And Rosalind, if you can find anything on the markings, remember what we were talking about?
Yes. I'll see what
Anything
I
at all.
can... I'll see if I can discover anything. Okay, I'll start searching and browsing the stacks,
Again,
see if there's
going
any
through these
organization.
scrolls, it's going to take more than we have here to do so. I'm
Yeah.
going to say just any details you're going to try to get from the scroll, other than very baseline details, it's going to take time that you guys don't spend.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Esther's gonna
just
be
ignore the
identifying
scroll.
things, so I'm not going through the family scroll. I'm going through all the other scrolls to see if there's anything on those topics.
You can't read most of its writing actually.
Like in the library?
Any of the spell scrolls you can read the kind of labels on them. Any other scroll in this library, you can't read it.
Right.
Is it the same murkiness?
The ones that she can't read all have similar markings to each other.
Okay, so if it's I'm not after family scrolls. I'm after studies of the Soldar, if there is anything. Anything at all
Okay.
written about Soldar. I'm not looking for the genealogies.
Okay. That is the majority of the scrolls in there. That's mostly why.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a investigation check to find it.
Yeah.
Sure will help.
Yep. Also, that's another 10 minutes. So, the needle is known as the Blood Fury. I think it is. Yeah, the Blood Fury tattoo.
The Blood Fury tattoo?
Is a needle that if you attune to it with it like pressed, like not like into, but like against your skin for an hour, and you attune to it, it creates a tattoo that does a thing.
Oh, that is so fucking cool.
Ooh.
Is this getting added to loot, by the way?
Tattoos.
Yep, these are all in the magic items. I have all of them
Yeah.
in there. Just when you get to all of them, you'll have access to it. And then I have just Lich Loot, which has the names.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna write that down. Next needle.
All right, 10 minutes now. So, in the meantime, investigation with advantage was 16. You don't find anything specifically on Soldar. No, at least not in this room.
Alright.
Alright, in that case, try to find... You can... what can you read right now? Spell labels, those sorts of things?
Yes.
Are there any old elemental spells? They'll be nearly rotten papers, very stained, those sorts of things. They'll be...
I will repeat from earlier. All the scrolls are in the same quality right now.
Oh, okay, they are.
I will see if I can find anything that strikes me as being elemental.
Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
Yay.
Again, with Ash disadvantage. I assume?
Yep.
Alright.
Guidance?
Yeah, taking
I'll
guidance.
take it. 15.
You are able to find the standard summon elemental scrolls, as well as the summon minor elemental, as well as just a couple scrolls that have like elemental style magic, things like control fire, shape water, etc., etc. Nothing outside of the standard wizard spell playbook, though.
And, the last thing. There should... Well, second to last. Two more. There should be books on elementals. Something alongside how Genasi and elementals were capable of coinciding on the planes. I know it might sound odd, but I would like the insight to that. If you can find anything about that.
Esther,
I'll say, Ralston, you would have found one
there's
thing earlier that's related to that.
there's an entire library outside of this room that we are not currently able to peruse that I expect much of this might be in. Also,
You did find one spell scroll that was vaguely related to that, just based off your knowledge of spells.
Okay,
The planar binding spell.
I'll give it to her.
Yep, there's 2 scrolls in there.
Yep, I'll give them both to her. I imagine that the time it took Rosalind to search probably was not
It would be
just...
about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, real fast. We'll do another quick needle. This would be the... Which tattoo is this? This is the... Oh no, where did it go? The absorbing tattoo.
Nice.
These were all handwritten, so yes, it's not proper, because these are all from Tasha's.
Okay. Well, those are the needles. That's an interesting one.
Okay.
Next time we see Bo. What would you like next? Would you like the staff?
Like the staff?
Sure. Alright.
Staff it is.
10 to the hour. Okay. So, in the meantime, you see Mike just kind of calmly sitting in this chair. Just, please, no rush, but I do have a limited amount of time I can stay here.
Do you know about the being in the volcano?
I do.
What do you know?
I know what they are, and I know that they were brought there.
By what?
I cannot answer that.
Of course you can't. Do you know how to send them back?
In theory. None of
And
which
you
I'm
tell...
confident in.
Alright, well, it's still a theory.
If one were to attempt to send back any primal elemental of that caliber, typically it would be done by a group of archdruids. Otherwise, it would have to be done by a similar elder elemental or a commander of an elemental plane related to it. In theory.
It's gonna have my ass.
There's a quick feint over to sir. So you thinking of bringing the Phoenix over there, or what?
Oh, no. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's two
I-
elder elementals in one place.
I've already got the mark because I was kind and said I would do this for no reason. I'm going to continue to keep doing this for no reason. I want that phoenix back home, not where it is continuously being slaughtered and reborn, which I understand that's the whole point of a phoenix, but I don't like it.
Or if the best opportunity for the rift is the one that is the walking embodiment of one. Or, I guess,
Pardon?
earth swimming.
You have to repeat that.
What if the best opportunity for us to get back is through that magma core?
Get back to where?
The
Plane of
elemental
fire.
plane of fire.
That would be a good idea,
You can go ahead
actually.
and each of you roll an Arcana check or a Nature check, Ashta, with advantage. And Ashta, you can also use your Wisdom rather than your Intelligence for this.
Alright. Just do insight. 26.
Okay.
Burning through
Um,
my fame points.
You guys would, specifically Ashta, you would know that it is theoretically possible that portalic magic would be more powerful and more concentrated to the planes associated with the volcanic core nearby it. How that would react with a phoenix there, you're not sure.
Okay.
So,
So it would be a risk, but basically we don't know enough about how we'll be planning on getting that phoenix back either.
well,
That's a lot of elemental magic to move at once.
There's a lot.
no.
Well,
I know how I'm getting the phoenix back. I've told you all this.
yes. And, to not retread ground, how about the slightly more immediate problem of there is a Naga involved in this? Gestures to the corpse across the room. Do you happen to know how to permanently cause that to cease reappearing?
Are you asking this to Mike?
Yes.
Okay, because you guys are talking in faint, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No. Since you're here.
He kind of looks at it and usually they are here for a task. I don't know what this one's task was, but when it is complete, they will fade. Otherwise, they are reborn eternally. They're
What if-
posits of knowledge, a storage of ancient knowledge. They're meant to never die.
What if that task is protecting this for the Lich? Now that the Lich is gone, would that clear it, or would it leave it here eternally?
if that was the task, the Naga would not reform here. Their spirit would reform as another Naga somewhere else, but with a different task and different personality. But
Xenia, I need its nervous system.
Yeah. Wait, can Xenia do a little thingy of if it will
What?
disappear or not? Because Ty knows.
go ahead and roll a religion check.
Furthermore,
Technically, that wasn't in the book. That was something that I put in.
Ty
'Cause I
Ty
was trying
used
to
Ty
figure out.
brain.
Yeah.
Ty stupid are you?
You go.
It's chill. It's chill.
Xenia also stupid in religion, which is kind of funny.
As I said it did occur to me that
Yeah.
Conrad was in that game too and might have taken inspiration from it.
Good job, Xenia.
You have no idea.
Okay.
do you mean that for the nervous system of the dragon?
No, I want the nervous system of the Naga. A
For?
dragon's great, but this is a literal storage of knowledge.
I do
From
have
what
to.
Mike is saying.
I do have to take apart that other dragon. It's been like a few days. I think it's a bit nasty. I should do that.
Putrefaction has set in. You might want to do that when we get back.
I'm fine. Yeah, Xenia's gonna. Can I take a short rest while dissecting or no?
No. That is a complex, difficult task to do.
Damn, I see how it is.
Take a short rest prior. You're fine.
Yeah, I need a little bit of a sit down. My body feels like it has the potential to be just a little bit sexier, and I want to see what'll happen.
You see Mike raising
Okay.
eyebrow.
This is Ty saying I want my level up.
Do it. Take it. We're still gonna be here. I've got to identify all this shit.
If conversation is still going by the end of session, technically we'll be a short rest, so.
He's just gonna stare at the amulet and then attune to it while also just talking to Coral and just be like, "What's up, man?"
He's answering kind of calmly. In the meantime, Mike just goes, I do have to ask, you all go quiet quite often. Is this Fane I've heard so much about?
Yeah.
We're not at liberty to answer.
Well, fuck.
Sorry, I can make my assumptions.
Technically,
There's just gonna be a feint, everyone. It's like, let's not forget this guy works for Ophiuchus. Nice or not, he could be under oath to tell him everything he knows when he goes back.
ask him.
Do you honestly think of 13 doesn't already know?
Let's not give anything more than we have to. It's called risk aversion.
Ask him though.
Are you under oath to tell 13 everything when you go back?
If I was, I'd be under oath to lie to you as well, probably.
As he just looks.
Then again, I wrote the oath, so I can say no. I'm not.
Nice.
Insight check.
He smiles and says, I'm aware that it's very much a non-answer.
Honestly, better than nothing. Do you know a
He
lady
goes.
in a pirate ship?
Many? Why?
Astral plane.
Not as many there, but a few.
One specifically interested in harvesting the power of psionics.
I've heard of at least a few.
Do you know where they reside?
I do. Well, in theory.
Can you give me the theory?
Well, on their ship in the astral plane, unfortunately.
I'm going to kick you.
You've already burnt me with acid. Does that count?
No.
Alright,
I
you
apologize,
know-
since there's a lot of confusion in the chat right now over that, I was under the impression that it was never a lady, but a question mark. Couldn't tell if it was a lady or a man. And also that we concluded that that was Ophiuchus.
I think
It
that's
was
just a
feminine.
confirmation.
Huh?
And the face had feminine features, it was not purely feminine.
Look at that
Apologies.
high-waisted man. He's got feminine hips.
No, apologies for misgendering the entity.
No, it's there were a lot of things at that point that were intentionally unclear. Don't worry,
Mhm.
you're
No,
not in too much.
it's not that. I was just wondering if didn't we establish that was Ophiuchus? That it's not a separate person, or is that still a Question
You guys
mark.
did discuss this, yes.
Or at
Yes,
the very
no,
least,
I'm,
it was Aophucus.
yes, I'm just trying to see if he gives any
Okay.
more specifics. I'm trying not to give things
Gotcha.
away.
All right. Thank
That's
you.
fair, but you said lady, so it was confusing.
I got so confused. I thought my notes were wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
As long as we're on the
I
same
think once
page,
Ario
I'm
gets
good.
confused, we all panic.
Sorry.
Oh, why
That's okay.
is 13 a scion?
I assume by 13 you're referring to Ophiuchus.
Yes,
Questions like that I cannot answer.
take that as a yes. Why are they harvesting psionics?
Questions like that I cannot answer.
Take
they
that
have
as
nice
for
hips?
nefarious. Zinga.
Could you repeat that again, Zena?
Do they have nice hips? Like
By
just
those
a
you mean Ophiuchus?
sure.
Yes.
Like thank you.
You know who's
Are you
blackmailing
hitched
Leo?
to 13?
By the way, in the meantime, you get a flash of knowledge from, what were you identifying again?
Staff
The staff.
with the birds.
It's the Staff of Bird Calls.
Oh my
I
god.
Fucking hate it.
Continue.
Pick another
Oh
one.
my god,
my
that is
God,
one of
what
the
the hell?
fucking
I want it.
worst things. I hate it.
This is one of those common magic items from Xanathars.
It's great.
want
Okay, and
beautiful.
next one is going to be the cloak.
Cloak? Cool. Continue.
Yeah.
Yep. So I just like, are you hitched to Ophiuchus or what?
No, I'm... Hitch still means married to, right?
Yes.
Roughly.
You can
then
appreciate
no.
someone's hips and not be hitched to them, Ashta. You have nice hips.
There's a small spasm on the face and just ignoring
The
that.
cleric is... Zena's not wrong.
Thank you.
Ignoring
I
that.
would, I would argue that
Not.
most of you have nice hips, although Ferris, you seem a bit, underdeveloped.
I can adjust the height of them. It's kind
17
of fun.
asshole.
And that's where
This
we
is Sarah
stop
Boy.
it.
To be completely fair, Ashta, you do have a very lovely physique, regardless. So, you're clearly not... Well, you made your oath to keep them in check, I'm assuming? Is the best way I can put it to the absolute destruction of the plains and life as we know it?
I can explain to the degree that my oath is something that I offered to them, and as such has kept the plains in the state that they've ended up, as opposed to what Ophiuchus wished.
They wish.
I cannot answer what Ophiuchus wished, but they have not lost this desire. They simply have been fretted from the way they would have preferred to go about it.
Do they speak to the Lord of the Mind?
I believe that they do.
But you
Oh,
can't
well,
be certain.
I know this for confirmation, but I'm just curious if you know or do not know, for I know the answer.
In that case, he's happy with your knowledge, as it supersedes mine.
Oh. Does Ophiuchus reside in the astral plane?
You can make what assumptions from that you'd like.
I'm assuming so. What's your intent?
My intent is to assist you within the binds of my oath to eventually bring the end to my oath. In a way that is to my ends and my desires, rather than Ophiuchus's. I do not wish for this oath to exist. It is simply the best option I know of.
So in order to save the lives of many, you sacrificed your own.
As is my charge, yes. Just as I did when I chose not to strike down the Archdruids.
Paladin, what do you serve?
Currently, it's the oath that I make.
You're
In the
bound only
past,
to...
I was to protect for the well-being of the country. Now I was to protect. And I could not convince myself that the Archdruids were opposed to that. So I could not strike them down. Yet I was seen as violation to my oath in the eyes of whatever granted the strength to me, so I fear I may not have made the right choice. Though in my heart, I think I believe that I did.
Sometimes the right choice isn't the best one for us, but the best one for everyone else.
Which is what I thought I had done. But maybe I was wrong.
I don't think so.
I appreciate the confidence.
Speaking of confidence, you want to help us clear out the rest of the library? Or do you have to go?
I am functionally unable to kill and cut down any of the creatures that reside in this library unless they try to kill me first, and unfortunately, due to the nature of my magic right now, they will not try.
Do you know any way to get around them without aggravating them?
Quietly. As I presume you did to get in here, if they're not dead now.
Okay.
He kind of looks at what seems to be just a small wristwatch. Like the armor unfolds to make it appear to him. And I am running short on time. Do me a favor and ask the most pressing questions you have that you think that I can glean an answer towards you for. Please.
Is there anything we can make sure not to do to keep you on decent terms with us while still working towards our proper goal?
I missed the first part of the sentence. Did you say it again?
Is there anything we can do to make sure you stay on our good side by word of your oath, but still continue working towards our goal, or we can inevitably come to blows?
With all intent and sincerity, protect the beings of this plane and this country. And continue to get stronger, but do not take the title of Archdruid, of Glimmer, of any of the sort.
No worries there.
If you do, you will not be able to enter the other planes.
Any more questions? Anyone?
Any secrets Bo doesn't want us to know?
Many. None of which I can reveal directly.
One you can reveal indirectly?
I can answer questions. Sometimes.
Does he have a singular dealer for all his inner body stuff? Or is it multiple?
I can't know the nature of his internals, as it is more complex than the knowledge of one man.
Well, that answers that.
You're not helpful.
He
We
just gave you the answer.
completely hypothetically, would you fear for the safety of our island in this coming conflict?
Just as I would for all of this land.
Recommend any special protective measures for the island in the near future? As a paladin of protection, you must know at least a
Paladin of protection no
variable
longer.
of
Paladin of forbid.
was.
More accurate.
Alright, well,
Kinda get out
somebody
there a
who
bit.
knows protection magic.
I know only how to forbid creatures from one realm. And he gives a heavy look to you, Ashta. I disallow thresholds. Remove them from the access of some. Ashta, if you'd like, you can go ahead and begin the save check.
Oop, should we advantage still 17?
You'd still have advantage, don't worry. There's something about the way he describes thresholds and forbiddance, and certain words that you kind of begin to work at from the way he's phrasing it. You can't have a precise answer right away. But if his magic is forbiddance, that might be related to his oath.
He nods.
Now, in the meantime, if that is all you ask of me, I will recommend that you folks take this upcoming time, in the short term, to rest, as it may be the last time it is allowed to you in the near future.
Foreboding.
Not at all, simply advice.
I'll take
But
it.
don't wait too long on peace. And it was the cloak, right?
Yeah.
It is a cloak of billowing.
Oh my god, we
Oh
just
my
bought that. We just
Of
bought
course.
that.
We just thought that.
Yeah, at the gathering.
Yep.
Got one for Ashta.
Yep.
Xenia got something too.
Of
Yeah.
course, it's a fucking cloak. God damn it.
I guess
Alright.
like they don't have any sleeves, but yeah.
Mhm.
What do you
Alright,
got next?
let's do the ring.
Okay. So, moving on.
Ashel just looked to him. Would you call us kindred spirits there?
Yeah, I believe that you folks have potential to act in alignment with my desires without making the mistakes that I have.
What
I
about
like
you
making
and me
mistakes as well,
specifically?
but I believe that we take interest in similar. Yes, I believe threshold is a good word. We are guardians of a similar nature.
Okay, I think Devin knows. Does Ashton know?
You can assume whatever you'd like. I cannot give you a straight answer.
Alright.
If Ashta wants to give his assumption
You can give a faint answer to everyone else, but
to the thing.
Well, I'm curious if Ashton knows what what I'm thinking it is.
I
Like,
can't
like if he's
answer
aware.
that unless you tell me.
Okay, just if he's aware of the thing, Oath of the Watcher.
If Mike specifically is,
If he's aware of that oath and if that's a thing in the world.
technically your oath is considered suspended, the Watcher's Oath, while you are forbidden into Ash's form.
Say again, sorry?
While you're bound into Ash's form, the Watcher's Oath is no more. Like, it's considered suspended until you are
No. Like the Paladin subclass Oath of the Watcher.
Oh, I'll just say straight up, that wasn't part of the subclasses when I first made these characters, so no.
Alright. Yep, that was my curiosity.
Okay, yeah. I
Mike's
was waiting for a more clear question.
our lovely little oath breaker.
Yeah, it is pretty reasonable to assume he's an Oathbreaker.
Yep.
It's Command of Undead, it's... yeah.
Mhm.
So, anything else?
Guys.
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now. I'm
I
sorry.
have nothing.
I have Xenia questions. I don't have questions that matter.
Yeah, see any questions? Look, why not? We need some levity here.
What's your favorite color?
Rapid fire before he leaves. Go for it.
I'd say green.
Favorite
bordering
food?
blue. Favorite food? Ooh, there's... the desert makes these wonderful serpent jerky.
Favorite
Fuck yes,
dessert?
it does.
Sorry, ask again, Z?
Favorite dessert?
Flan.
Do you know how to knit?
Do I know how to make flan?
Knit.
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 Oh, knit. Never tried it, but I'm sure I could.
Would
How's
you
that
try?
kid you
Could
were-
you make me a scarf?
How's that kid you were with when we first met?
Happy and, training towards ends I do not fully support, but I can at least respect the gumption.
What ends are those?
A warrior of martial and mental combination. It'll be years before it becomes anything significant, though.
I have
What's
one.
your armor made out of?
Mine, magical steel, found in the astral plane.
I'm sorry, there's steel in the astral plane.
There's a lot of things
The astral
there.
plane is a realm of everything discarded by life, by existence. It is where gods go to die. There is everything in the astral plane.
Can I ask you a favor?
You can ask whatever you'd like.
The astral sea, it's filled with almost these star-like substances. What
Yes.
are they?
Stars. Some believe them to be the remnants of gods that still glow with magical energy. Others believe it to be souls, other just the nature of the plane, such as color exists on this plane.
Possible
I
to
couldn't answer with any
obtain.
confidence.
If you
Are
had
they
to,
possible? Is it possible to transfer to a different plane?
The stars? Yes, they. He looks over at the stars cast by Rosalind. Those are a modicum of the astral plane, summoned through different means, but manifested in the shape of stars.
Would I have to give you in return in order to ask for you to retrieve me one of those?
I could not. The crown of stars that Rosalind wields is not an actual star from the astral plane. Simply, well, just like anything in the rose forest takes a rose's shape, given enough time. Astral magic will take the shape of stars and the nature of stars, given enough time.
So, but what would happen if it were to cross over to this plane?
That depends on the method it crosses over.
what
That
did
is
me
what
and
I'm
Bo run
asking.
into while we were there?
Could not answer. I could not simply scoop one of these stars up for you. You'd have to draw out the magic and, just like any other magic of a wizard, manifest it through the weave, and however you choose to manifest it. And that would define what it becomes.
Actual smart question for you, Mike.
Sure.
If one were able to, I don't know, project themselves or others into the astral plane, would they be able to take one back?
If they could physically reach one of the stars, I suppose it is theoretically possible depending what it is made of. I have never known a way to reach one of those stars.
Intriguing. Cilantro, yes or no?
Not personally, though it doesn't taste like soap like it does for some.
No.
It does.
What did me and Bo run into on the Astral Sea?
I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know what you two saw. Could you create an illusion to show me?
Nope. It was a temple.
Here, and I'll
Just
have
describe it.
Ash to feign the image to Rosalind, and I'm going to prestidigitation, make a little model of it in my hand.
Yep.
So, as you were talking about that thing with the two hands, right?
Yep.
Okay. He looks at it and just gives you this wide-eyed look and says, I can only guess. I cannot say with certainty. That may be a god that has decided it did not want to die anymore.
And what did
How?
it do?
That is a fantastic question, both of you, that I do not know the answer to.
If a being was made by it, what implications would that have?
The same implications of it being a banny god. The elves are made by Corlon. They could become a race upon their own, or they could be a singular creature, like a bone claw, or like a naga, or a quadra. It depends entirely on the nature of that god and what its realm is. If that is a god, or if it's just an astral, powerful being that I simply don't recognize. As I said, the astral sea is functionally infinite. There could be quite literally anything there. I don't know.
Way to get to the astral plane without dying?
Teleportation magic.
Is there any way you can teach me?
I don't have that magic. I have been given permission and access.
Damn it.
Xenia holds up a tuning fork. This one?
I didn't realize you had one for that. I thought it was for the ethereal.
No, I can do that too, though. But I think.
Well, that's going to make this a lot easier.
Yeah, there's a way we can, I think, go without going. It's a little dangerous.
Regardless,
Mike looks down at his watch once more and says, well, when we meet again, I must go, unfortunately, but when we meet again, I believe it will be, and he looks at you once more, Ashta. I believe it'll be some pandemonium afoot. And he steps into space and is just gone.
Fan of that guy. He doesn't like cilantro.
it was intense. Speaking of which, has it been 10 minutes?
Yeah.
In one more minute, Robu. Actually, give me one more of those insight as if they were nature checks real fast. Still with advantage.
29.
All right. You know that pandemonium exists as a plane on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure.
As a what?
That was the most basic one I could have gotten that for.
Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Just want to make sure.
Pandemonium is the name of a plane, Asha says to everyone. He's either leading us there or expecting us to have to end up there at some point anyways.
Or expecting it to come to us.
He did
That's
say
right.
he said within a week, wasn't it? Rest up for a week?
No, he said a short while. Bo was the one threatening a week. Or perhaps 2.
We should definitely time it for whenever Ashta's magic is back, the peace gatherings.
I mean,
You-
how long is it going to be, Ashta?
Mm.
Do you know?
Miguel flexes his hand. 7 days, roughly.
That's a week.
7 days is going to be too soon for the peace gathering. One of the druids needs at least a week's ahead of time, and others have other requirements.
The druids
just
are
out
so
of here.
difficult. I gather up the rest of the items. I can identify them later.
Speaking of, which item was it again?
Wand, I think it was. Ring.
Okay, let me just find where I put that.
It's the ring
feel-
of the undead.
By
or
the
something
way,
like
it's
that.
been a while. How's Fervus doing with those 2 potions?
Oh, that's right. First, you can, with your passive, identify it as a potion of Storm Giant Strength. Hold on, I think it's Storm Giant. Let me check.
Oof.
Here's the ring.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Potion of Storm Giant Strength and a potion of Supreme Healing.
Oh, I like that one. Oh.
Storm Giant strength.
Yep, so that is a 29 strength score.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what are you working on next? If you guys are going to keep sitting here for a while.
I think we're gonna start moving out. Basically,
should
just
get going.
gather up the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So,
I'll
gather
identify it
I'm
later.
just going to give you the list of the scrolls really fast. It is a very simple formula. Anything that is 3rd to 1st level, there's 6 copies of it. 4th to 6th level, 2 copies of it. 8th and above.
Wait. How many copies from 4th to 6th?
2. Of every
Oh.
wizard spell in the player's handbook.
Okay. And then 1 copy of 8 and 7 and above?
Of every other spell. The only spell that is missing from this entire collection is Wish.
Yep.
I
Yep.
hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
As it frankly should. I don't want to deal with that right now.
Yeah, wish we had our wish, honestly.
Horn
Yeah,
goblin.
I just had mine. That was mine.
Well, we also had the Goddess stuff.
That's what I mean.
That was just.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the fucking Corn Palace wish.
God, I forgot about that Wish.
We don't talk
Yeah.
about it.
I don't.
We don't talk about it.
I heard the corn palaces.
Okay.
Let's get out of
Before
here.
we
Please.
leave this place. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying get out of here.
We're going, but before we leave this place, I have to explore the other rooms. You are all more than welcome to leave. I will be as quiet and quick as possible.
There are a number of undead, and we are not leaving you here alone with them.
Yeah.
Well, I still need to find anything I can possibly can about 3 different topics.
In that case, are we having to fight our way through everything out there?
Don't think so.
Do you need to research that this instant?
Can we come back?
I just need the books. I can return the books eventually. I just need to borrow them for now. It's a library.
And it's a
What
library
were the
that's not
term-
going anywhere.
Conrad, what were the terms of the agreement?
Which one?
The one that I made with the lady for the location of this place.
Not to share it, basically. That was pretty much the end of it. I'm going to be straight up. She didn't expect you to get this far.
Sick. All right. Well, she didn't say I couldn't take anything as long as I return it later. She did also say that the lich's shit was free game.
Hmm.
So, I'm going to take my lineage to study. I'm
Did she give you any time limit here?
no,
Rosalind,
honestly,
Rosalind looks over at the bone claw, looks at the party. What do you think are the chances that when that was bound to me, the things out there?
I'm not about to risk it.
I'm not risking it. Also, I'm gonna try and get rid of that for you. I didn't think
Yes, I would like it gotten rid of. I was just wondering for immediacy.
can we take the corpse of the Naga, or is that a no?
it's gonna come back. I don't want to
Well,
deal
it's
with it again. If we leave, it'll just be back there. But you saw how
The
quickly we
last thing
dealt
we
with it
need
the
is
first time.
reforming around whatever parts we take.
fine. Then Xenia, the nervous system of that dragon, can I please have it?
Give me a bit to extract it.
I'm just asking
And
if you need it. That's
That's
why.
Thorn, you know.
no, the dead.
I'm joking.
Ashta, did you make a joke?
Thorn looks a
No.
little upset.
There was a deep resonant chuckle from Thorn across the room.
So you lose your magic and then you start making jokes? What's happened
Actually,
to
right
you?
now Thorn would turn back to his normal form. It's
What
been
are
an
you?
hour.
Aw.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
That's Thorn, you know.
His sense of humor goes away when he's magical. Oh my god.
Now we know what happens if you stick Ashton in an anti-magic field.
We've done that before. It wasn't that funny.
This is me, the one without magic, walking out to the front door.
All right.
Stop! No!
Ashta,
No, 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 no,
you're
no.
gonna
Front door, and those steel bars that were sitting there are still sitting there over the front door.
Steel bars?
Oh,
Yep,
right.
when you guys jumped in, like bars dropped behind you.
Oh.
Hey, real quick, Conrad.
Yep.
Earth is metal, right? Or is those two different things?
They are technically different things, but to elaborate on your question.
Can I use move Earth?
No.
Rosalind, curious question.
Yes.
You're semi-plane?
That was the quick escape that I had in mind for us to go immediately back to the castle. It will not get us through this further into the library.
Again, we can come back here.
Can I see a cross from the bars? Like, are there gaps in between?
They're steel bars, like you can look through them.
I
They're
can
like
get.
a half a gap.
I can get through. I have no clue how you guys are getting through.
Rosalind, do you have enlarge and reduce?
Yes, and I can cast it on one person.
Yes, sir. Do you need what you're looking for today?
Yes.
Why today?
I have been dying to get my hands on this information for a very, very long time, and it is right there.
And it's not going anywhere.
I don't know if I'm going to get this chance again, Ashta. The
Wait.
deal was a one-time thing, and I don't know if she's ever going to allow me to come back.
Did some of the scrolls like resonate when you guys were talking to them?
They did. I have them in my hands.
Hey, library, can you get me a book? Senior's trying. Senior's a bit of a dumbass.
You don't feel anything immediately happen.
How about the one with the name in here?
Esther?
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of, I guess, sit at the table just to, I don't know, be awkward and formal. Hello, library. My name is Esther Mackin. You have my bloodline here, and you know what I am. I'm looking for books on Soldar and the language behind them. Can you please help me find them?
You feel your conscious attention be drawn towards that room full of the undead in a couple directions.
Ask if the library can bring the books to you.
Could you potentially bring the books to me?
There's no particular change in anything.
No, we have to get them ourselves, but I know exactly where they are.
That's better than before.
Well, while we're
Could you
on the
just make
topic...
me Did you just make me invisible and really, really tiny?
Are you going to be able to carry books like that?
Put them in the bag of holding.
An unseen servant.
You need to fit it into the bag of holding.
The unseen servant isn't going to have Esther's very precise knowledge of where these are.
Oh.
While we're on the line of asking the library for things, could you
Sure.
open the grate? Open these bars?
Oh.
You see the bars slide open.
Well, simple.
Could you oust the current undead visitors that are desecrating this place?
Don't know any change.
Library, are there any undead in this place?
Don't know anything.
Right? The current undead. Is there a way around them?
Don't know anything.
So he's just like taking a tiny peek out.
There are a bunch of undead milling around there.
Oust
Rosalind,
the
maybe-
undead.
How many of you have passed without a trace? Because I believe I do.
We only need one person to cast it.
I did.
Well,
That's what I
Rosalind's
mean.
tried, but no response, so...
Oh, I have... damn, I have non-detection, never mind.
Do we have
Wait,
a DM?
one-
Conrad?
Say again?
Okay, you didn't respond for a little bit, so...
Yeah, I was just waiting for you guys to do anything
Um,
required responding.
I did try something and I didn't get a response.
There was no response.
The library did nothing. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I said that a bit louder.
No, I didn't hear. Okay.
Fuck, actually, give me a minute.
Are you checking what I'm checking?
No. But I am gonna cast this on myself, just in case.
For a second, I thought that was building something very different than what it did.
No. No, no,
I
no.
thought that was catapult for a second.
That would have been fucking funny. Okay,
Right?
I know where these books are for this language. I can find where the books are for something else, and I can find where the books are for something else. All I have to do is ask. And if I... Give me a second. And she's gonna whisper very, very quietly, "Library, where are the books on Sildar?" Just quietly, to see if it can pick it up.
Yep, there's the same kind of insistent tugging in a few directions of the consciousness. As a note, it's not like you instantly know where they are, but you can feel that your eyes keep being drawn towards something.
Well, let's
cool.
just try to go quietly then.
Alright, let's... Sneaky boy.
Let's
You guys
do
have
it.
decent stealth as a group. So each of you give me a stealth check.
20.
We had a short rest there, right?
Yes,
Everyone but
Esther.
yeah, I think everyone but Esther would have, yeah.
Alright. Ashta is attuning his cloak to book print.
You cannot attune to any magic items.
Ah, good point.
Quick now.
Fervus, give me a stealth check, as well as Ashta.
Too bad, okay, thank God.
John?
Or... John.
I saw this thing light up.
It's just
Stealth
Stealth?
check, brother. Yeah.
Stealth.
right. Sorry.
That's okay. 14. Perfect. Okay. So, you guys can step out into the other room and move fast. I will put you onto the map. I think it's the right one.
Okay.
There we go.
Where am I being drawn?
Yep, I'm just really fast gonna correct where everyone is. Because you guys are currently... Oh god, the map is so low. I need to wait for my, the pixelization to go away so I can see the map properly.
We're coming down
Sorry,
these stairs,
bro.
aren't we?
Yep, there we go. Alright.
Like
So
just
you
in
guys-
case on Ashta.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please,
Just in
like,
case on Ashta.
load this man up.
Oh, got someone underneath Asha, I think. There we go.
There.
Esther is going to feign to the group. Make your ways towards the exit. I can meet you there.
No.
I'm
No.
not leaving you on
It's-
your own. You
it's
can't
going
read
to be
those books if you're
harder.
dead.
Yes, but it's going to be harder following me. I'm small and I'm fast. I can make it there.
So these are the three locations, the three points on the map.
Okay, then... Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me a minute. So...
Who cast Pass Trace, by the way?
Nobody
That's
did.
it.
That would have been you, Ashley.
Okay, Conrad, you can
Oh,
let
so
it
no
go.
one actually did.
Yeah, none of us have it.
And
Yeah.
Conrad, if I think of books that have to do with books on elementals and how Genasi are potentially capable of living alongside them, what comes up?
Just thinking about it, nothing.
If I ask the library very, very quietly, whisper under the breath.
Your attention is drawn all over the place. Like most bookshelves will have at least a couple.
Sick. Okay. Gonna make a very sneaky beeline around the bookshelf, not tripping the wire, literally my back to it, around the table to get to here.
Go ahead and make for me an additional stealth check. And anyone going along with her, make an additional stealth check.
Ashes.
Okay.
I'm trying to be
I'm
okay,
gonna
thank
keep. An eye
God.
I'm gonna keep an eye from afar.
Okay.
Stealth. Oh, okay, thank fuck.
Go ahead and put your tokens over there.
Oh, okay.
Rosalind's going
creep.
with you to show you where all of the potential traps are because
Yes,
If
and
you want to knowledge of it.
Eldritch Sight.
So,
okay. So
You can find a number of books there, including one on the. It is written in Primordial, of course, with translations into Ignan and Orin. It specifically discusses the interaction between Soldar in the Ignan and Orin bloodlines, which
Bad.
is fire and air, to be clear.
So sorry, the interaction between them. So like,
Yes,
what
how
is
the
that?
Soldar have consistencies, changes, any sort of thing specific to when those bloodlines meet, basically.
Is there any sort of potential?
You would have to read through the book for any more information than that.
Okay, good to know. In that area, then, what are the books on dealing with and living alongside elementals?
Most of them are histories that have adjacent knowledge to that, where it's mentioned as part of the book. So take your pick. You can find specifically the city, Genasi in the city of Brass. You can find when they first stepped over. You can find specifically Orin or Ignan connections to fire elementals and theories of how the bloodlines interact to make Genasi with different races such as humans.
I'm gonna take that one.
Cool. So that one is specifically about how Genasi are made with fire and air elementals.
Okay. Are there any books in relation to soul bonding?
To soul bonding, there's one or two across the library scattered, but none in this section.
Where
Again,
would they
it's also
be?
mentioned within this.
And how Genasi are made?
Somewhere in this range, probably these 4 bookshelves.
Okay. Sorry, one sec. Fire and air elementals, you said, yeah?
Yeah. How the fuck am I doing that to the...
Okay, so Soldar with fire, air. Good to know. Okay. Last thing. Is there the compendium?
Be more specific.
Compendium of a compendium of tribal history, something that when they first came over,
This
records.
place is filled with them.
Oh, okay, so it's all in this one place. There's not one central
This
book.
library is about that.
Oh fuck! All right. Is
Sir,
there
we could
anything in
maybe
relation?
come back another day and clear this out.
Yeah. I will say, this isn't taking very long. This is her just like looking at a bookshelf, grabbing one book, another. Like, this isn't taking very long.
Yep.
Is there any mention of zodiacs anywhere?
In this section, we're only do 100.
Okay.
Seven. There is a one book how basically the politicization of the zodiac not theory but method of election took part in the potential schism between the plane of fire and the fire genasi.
Yoink.
Yep. I'm relying on you to take notes of what these are, by the way.
I am.
Okay, good.
Between dividing fire genasi and plane of fire. Okay. Alright, in that case, everything here is pretty useless for what I need right now. In that case, we're gonna start creeping back, so...
We'll maintain your stealth
Yeet,
checks. It was more so just
yeet,
the change of
yeet,
being still versus being moving. So with
yeet.
that, I'll say you guys can, with your current stealth checks, you have succeeded the check, but if you want to leave, you could.
Okay. If we get to about here, right?
Okay.
And if she focuses anywhere in this area, is there any mention of zodiacs at all?
I will say in there you are completely out of cover. You've been moving pretty quick to the front door as soon as you pass these like center desks. There
Fuck,
is
okay.
nowhere to hide here.
Wait, what's behind these center desks?
Administration stuff, like chairs, like books that were being read seemingly at some point. You see like snacks, like broaded old snacks.
That's where they have those rubber stamps that have the return by date.
Things like that, yeah. Maybe not that specific.
Can I search behind this for anything of interest?
It'll take a bit of time, but you can.
Please?
Just go to the bottom.
Well, while everybody's moving towards the exit, I just want to check something really fast.
It won't be really fast. The GM just said it'd take a bit of time.
Just...
If it's really fast, then all right.
I'll be as fast as physically possible. Just make your way to the exit. There's no cover
No.
in between here and there.
We'll wait with you.
Oh, all right.
Yes, sir. Let us make this clear. We are not leaving you on your own.
Should, but all right. I appreciate it regardless. Thank you. All right. Come on, let's get back. Back to where the others are, I guess.
All right, I'm back.
Yep.
Okay. They said that it was okay if Esther looked behind the desk.
Okay. You can either check with a more difficult time investigating or with a more difficult time stealthing, as this is going to take a separate stealth and investigation check.
All right.
Which would you rather be harder?
Give me a minute, and I'd rather the investigation be harder.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check and then an investigation check, but the investigation is a disadvantage.
Oh, jeez. All right. 22.
2. Okay. And Ashton and Esther there too? Or Ashton and Rosalind, sorry?
Yeah, they followed her.
So you look around, and what are you looking for specifically? Just
Anything of absolute interest, anything that catches the eye, she will literally take anything.
Seems to be not clean per se, but left abandoned for a very long time in a relatively good state of organization. There's not a ton there. Spare pieces of paper, quills with long dried and dissolved ink, rotted, mostly papyrus, some leather that's very clearly rotted as well. Nothing of particular interest.
Okay, let's go.
You said that there were books that were being read, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are nothing of particular interest, really. It's mostly fiction, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
just
fiction.
pure curiosity. Any of them of Rosalind's interest?
Roll me a
Glancing over?
d10.
Okay.
I was gonna say, because if it's fiction, she'll take it.
There is one that looks like it's a bit of a sappy romance story.
You said they were fiction.
She'll look at Esther and just point at, normally I wouldn't ask through Fane. Normally I wouldn't ask, but may I?
Esther just kind of looks at the books,
I'll give
looks
it to
at
you to
Rosalind.
Bring it back.
Oh no, she proceeds to dump all of the books into that bag of holding.
Not all of them, no, just the one.
No, too late. She's taken all the fiction books.
Alright, give me a sleight of hand check to do this quietly.
Wait, no, like one after the other, not like a mass shuffle.
I'm aware. Give me a sleight of hand check to do this quietly. You are on the cusp of failing the stealth check. You need to make a sleight of hand check to see if you can do this quietly. So far, you haven't touched anything. No immediate change in anything.
Let's go.
We can go. Let's fucking bolt.
Fane, Xenia, and Fervus to come. We need
As
to
soon
go.
as you guys
Go.
make your way out of the library and seemingly unharassed, you exit out that main hall that you first entered, and you find your way back to that swirling portalic magic of paper, still glowing its bright purple.
All right, around the glyphs, this way.
Yeah, you guys can make your way through that, no issue.
I am going to be so glad to be out of here. No offense, Esther, it is a wonderful place, but I could do without the denizens.
No, I understand. I need to clear this place eventually.
Put it on the to-do list.
Yeah.
No, we're genuinely put it on the to-do list.
Oh, I am. I'm putting it in the stuff to remember to-do list.
Yep. So with that, as you guys, if you would like, you can step on the portal and you can exit the Library of the Genasi.
I can't wait to go up to that fucking cleric and be like, or the lady, and just be like, huh, we're back. Just like, what the fuck?
Let's get up to the castle.
Yeah, so you get out, you take a bit of distance from the place, recover it in sand once more, and have Rose come to pick you up. And as you do so, you all are back on the castle in various stages of good health. That's okay, so, with that, I'm going to say that in the last little bit of the session, we're going to end the day, basically. After that, it's going to begin what I'm just going to say outright, is going to be a week of downtime. This will most likely be the last long amount of downtime the party gets. We'll still have things going on in between. There will still be small stuff, ways to gain experience, little stuff. This will be the last mental break for the party before the rush to the end of the campaign.
Oh.
Fair enough? Alright?
Alright.
So, anything that you know is going to take a vast amount of time that you think needs to be done immediately, now is the time to do it. There will still be stuff going on. The gathering is still going to be happening. But, that being said, we will finish off the day. So, as you all make your way to the castle and... Sorry, just hit my foot really hard.
You okay?
Yeah, that just really hurt. I stubbed my toe
Oh,
really hard against the wall.
Did it slip off your thing again?
No,
You're
I just
terrific.
shifted my weight and it hurt a lot. Sorry about that. I'll say with the rest of that time that you've finished identifying the rest of the items. So I'm going to reveal the Lich Loot document, as it also has a bit of like loot items as opposed to magic items.
Lichy loot
Okay.
docs.
Okay.
Loot.
Okay.
And I will reveal each of the items. So the horn is the Horn of Silent Alarm.
Oh, that's so for Ashta.
The wand is the Wand of Scowls. The stone is the Cleansing Stone. Basically, you touch it, prestidigitation immediately happens on you, basically, and cleans yourself and everything. It's a thing that's part of like high magic settings.
Okay.
Like that.
The arm is the Arcane Propulsion Arm.
I like that. I like that.
It is a magical prosthetic.
Do I have...
You have to lose the arm, to be clear.
I'll fucking lose the
Or just
arm,
not have
okay.
it in the first place.
Yeah, you have to not have an arm, where there should be an arm.
Okay, take it!
Just letting you know. Just want to make sure that's very clear.
Good.
One of the shards is the Elemental Essence Shard.
Ooh.
There's also the astral shard.
We're not a sorcerer. We're not
Both are
sorcerers.
sorcerer-specific items, but you can do stuff with them that's not what they're meant to be done. There is the Dusk Crusher, which is the Warhammer.
Oh, Xenia.
I'd have to check if this requires attunement, just to be clear. But
Proficient.
oh, sorry, it's naturally a rod. It turns into a Warhammer. My mistake.
I just saw like the radiance. I was like, oh, that's so Xenia.
The crystal ball is a crystal ball.
Yep, scrying.
Cool.
This one specifically does not require attunement, though. Just to be clear,
Oh, neat.
it's stronger than an average crystal ball. And the sword is a long sword of sharpness.
Fun.
That's neat too.
Well, if someone needs to lose that limb for the propulsion,
Pop it off! I want the fucking propulsion arm. I will lose an arm, Conrad. Let Esther lose an arm. Goddamn.
So, if you, nothing says you can't see you. If you bring this up around Garil, he will mention that. Well, first of all, how did it go? What happened? Why do you want to lose an arm?
Wait, are we in character right now for this?
Yes.
Okay, so we're back on the castle.
Yes.
I want to attach a prosthetic. It's a magic prosthetic. It went very well. We killed the Lich. However, half of the library is still infected, and I got a lot of books.
I might ask to see those books afterwards, but more importantly, like, how badly do you want that prosthetic?
That prosthetic.
Like, how badly do you want it attached?
Very.
Sad you're talking.
Oh, I was too quiet.
Technically, there's a spell called Regenerate, where it could restore a lost limb in a matter of minutes. I would like to note, I do not have access to this spell.
Xenia?
Xenia most likely would, yes.
Are you condoning cutting off my arm for science?
No, I'm letting you know that if you do, while I do not approve, it will not be permanent if you don't want it to be. Assuming all goes well. Xenia, that very much concerns me on what that means.
If I just chop it off, then I could have a magic arm that deals force damage on a hit and has the thrown property, and I can yeet things at a high velocity.
Not quite, but like, I do.
What's this
I would
yeet
like
term
to
that you're
note,
using?
Esther, that with all the love in my heart, my dear, you are not much of an armed fighter.
But I could be if I had a propulsion arm. It's like a little catapult.
Esther, are you just wanting a prosthetic for the aesthetic?
Shut up, small one. Don't call me out like this.
Yeet term that you're using.
It's old
It's not my
Ignan.
vernacular.
It's old Ignan for throne.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
I know this. I've studied ancient Ignan, and it's not in that vernacular either.
Well, then it's ancient Orin, then. Regardless.
The
No,
fact
it
that you
is
can change that so lightly.
It's very modern, Orin and Ignan. It's the latest slang among Genasi.
I lived in the desert, I wouldn't know.
Like as it's in here being like, yeah, LMAO, like the ancient Egyptians used it, my dude.
He just kind of like rubs his forehead. And anything else of interest? Also, did you find any spell scrolls?
Yes.
Yes.
Once,
Ask us how many.
I found all of them.
What do you mean all of them?
I found every
One spell
single
scroll
wizard
for
spell.
every single spell.
I would like to note it's not every single wizard spell. It's just player's handbook. That's like 60% of them.
I know. I have many.
We found a Magic
spells.
University's worth of spells.
Oh,
And there are several
That's some.
copies up to the 6th level.
I know what a Magic University looks like. That there's more spell scrolls than
Purvis, it was
No,
a
no,
metaphor.
that's important. Are you serious?
Yes! Yes, there are an innumerable amount of scrolls in that. And he will actually...
Yeah, I think the number is
no.
somewhere around 400. Like, I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
I think it might be a bit past that, actually, but, like, I think it's somewhere in that range.
In the university?
No, that you guys have.
Oh, fuck, no, I thought he was saying I've been in an actual magical university and there were more spells in there. I was like,
Oh,
dude.
no, you gotta back. He says, I would just like to remind you, we have a city's worth of evacuated university magical students who, while they may eventually go back to university, I'm sure they could be convinced otherwise, and this is a very attractive reason to stay. Just for consideration, I've been speaking with a number of the Genasi and the Genasi Gathering, and where the those that came from Valeria were from, and some of them recognize me. Quite a number of them really want to see the island, and they're young, they're students, they don't have close ties to most cities. And if you want some abjuration, magical casters, ritual casters, those who are willing to work and learn, I would be happy to facilitate that.
In all honesty, that was an eventual goal of mine.
You don't have
I
to do it
want...
now, people want to, if you
Are you
do
guys-
want to as well.
Are you considering starting a wizard school on the island?
I
For real?
am no wizard, I couldn't do it, just to be clear. I would be a assistant and educator, a gateway into the divine
Principal?
magic and to the understanding of it.
Teacher.
Superintendent?
Professor. Professor gets given a lot of respect, hopefully. But we have a beautiful basin of knowledge here, and research that could be done on this island, and enough firebirds to protect everyone.
I also have other books. We didn't just find scrolls.
Fair. Let me take a look at them. This is the kind of knowledge I've wanted for most of my life. If you don't mind me looking through it, Esther, you look like you need some rest. You all look like you've seen hell. Also, and he kind of gives this sympathetic look to Ashta. I don't know what happened.
Don't.
It's just
We're going to take a week.
good. I would like to know, we have a number of things that need to be done politically, especially with this gathering. Outside of the Archdruids, the Glimmers, the everything. So many people need to know about this place, and I don't have the mind for the politics. Issa's been starting to get swamped with it. Ashta, if it's going to take you time to recover, and Rosalind, I think you have the most expertise. Could you...
Rosalind's not there.
Oh, shit. If you could ask Rosalind, Ashta, just... We have a bunch of things that need to get done. And I don't know if there's going to be another time soon. If what you folks tell me is true.
I'm gonna need something to do, otherwise I'm gonna go stir crazy.
I have a mountain of tasks that I think that you and Rosalind would be fantastic for. Would you be willing? The Duke has already offered his willingness to assist too. Most of it will be around the Genasi Gathering. You'd be nearby if something does happen.
Would
Yeah, sure.
Would any of these tasks be located near the oceans?
No, almost all of them are administrative discussions with officials who have all come to the Genasi Gathering and come to see the island and the folks who live there and are making their first address to the public of this country. We need Rosalind here. Hold on. And he sends a firebird to go pick her up.
She's already gone and started working on some stuff that's been in her brain about the peace talks, being reminded of them and the necessity of them.
He basically
so,
asks you
yeah.
to tune into Ashta's Fane channel.
Yep, you get a little knock knock, Ashta, inside your Fane.
Hey.
Hello, I'm going over some things. I'm drafting a few others. But if there's anything that I need to say...
There's a conversation happening. I'm just gonna be back and forth with you.
Thorn is on his way. It might make things a little bit easier, but I
That'll
can only watch so much. Keep me updated.
Mm-hmm. We just assume Rosalind is here for this conversation.
Yep,
She's happy
basically
there.
we'll assume she's marked first, or whether it's whatever translation is even.
Yep.
Also, the whole party there is honestly that needs to be just. Yeah, so, specifically the Genasi elders, they need to know about this island, need to know what we represent, what our laws are. For example, if, and I only ask because I was asked this by a curious student, it's not currently happening, Ashton, just to be clear. Other than Issa, if a Genasi flew up here and said they lived here, who's there to stop them? What are our immigration laws? What defines a citizen? What do you get as being a citizen? Are there votes? Who's in charge? What is everyone's position?
Oh God.
Okay.
I know it's not going to be handled in the short term, all of it, but we need something for the rest of us to build off of.
Yep. Can I say that this is gonna be Rosalind's forte, but it is not mine?
Yep, that's fair. I don't expect you guys to get further details of it. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Um, and
Oh.
Ashton, we need someone who. Well, we need someone to be the strong face of this. While Rosalind is a gentle hand and a coaxing word, we need someone to protect her, someone to go discuss with dignitaries we don't trust, to prove that you're a leader not just in fancy words, but in merit. And yes, I know Rosalind has merit of her own. I'm not denying that, but putting it frankly, having a good cop and a bad cop when it comes to leaders would be benefited, and you two seem to be good leaders.
He nods.
I'll help, of course. Just to be clear.
Also, just as a side note, Rosalind has the capability. Astra has the motive.
Yes.
Fair.
I understand Rosalind has +10 to intimidation, but also how often has she rolled that?
It doesn't feel like it's as often as I would like sometimes.
Yep.
You
But-
can always decide to be intimidated just because you want to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
but
can get
I've
tired
tried.
of someone and be like, fuck you.
I've tried in
Ah,
the past,
Graham.
and I have not been told to roll intimidation, so I gave up.
Fair. I can work on that if you'd like.
Just has to roll intimidation.
Okay.
I've stopped being able to
Smack
stop
Conrad
Ashton
for you.
to roll certain stuff, so
Mhm.
though I do appreciate the good manners of being a player who doesn't ask to roll specific things, to be fair. Regardless. He kind of looks at the rest of you and I'd personally like to get started now to get as much of it done. Shall we?
Sure.
I'm already beginning.
Can you can
Go.
can I Rosalind, with your actually with anyone with any of your squads, spellcasters, do you know if anyone has any ties with ethereal?
I doubt it among my own. They are more mechanically minded, but I can put out the word and ask.
Any of Esther's?
None specifically in the squads. You may find individuals on the island who do. None of the squad members in particular that I can think of.
In the meantime, Ashta,
Hmm.
could you and Issa get an idea of our defenses, of our protections, of what we can do to assure the safety of everybody visiting for these peace talks and for the duration of them?
Yep.
Because we need to have something that is going to, if not impress, at least satisfy.
Shut up. Some of the people,
Yes.
especially a certain one.
And I
Yeah,
want
you got-
your input on that before we call in those who were requested to give audits.
All right.
If you all are starting this now, I'll be right there. I need to go take a minute.
I understand. And Esther, I do very much intend to take some breaks from all of this to satisfy curiosity on some other matters, including the books and the, well, what we spoke of before.
That's alright. I'll join you all in a couple of minutes, and she's gonna kind of go off on her own into her room and start going through that scroll from the very bottom all the way to the very top.
Sure. It'll take a couple of hours.
Taking notes as she does and tapping on the names that highlight.
Alright. It will take you the rest of the day to even get started.
Fine.
But in the meantime, does anyone else do anything on this day?
I've got like a very last thing right before going to sleep, but that's it. So if there's
Sure.
anything before then, go for it. Just know that I've got a reserve.
Anyone else? Hold on, I'll switch to roll 20 seconds.
Apparently Xenia's grabbing
grabbing
some
gold.
gold.
Which thing was that, Zini? I'm sorry.
It's been 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Has been a while, brother.
Mhm.
I apologize.
Oh, a while back can mean like a few years in this campaign.
Yeah.
Understandable.
What are those? What are the details of that? I forgot.
Oh, I have to get something of water breathing. Fuck.
Yeah, you'd have to mark off the money for it, but yeah. So. You get a knock on your door, Ross. I'm like, hey, need some cash.
Spot me a platinum.
No, I need a bit of spotting.
Alright. May I ask, that she's already pulling open a coin purse, how much and for what?
Checkbook.
For a personal project and about
7,700? Is that correct?
5,500 gold.
A very personal project.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would come out of our overall funds for the entire group.
I will remind you guys, on the Lich Loot there is 3 art items worth 2,500 gold piece each.
Okay. Or, actually, and I'll pull out a couple of those art items, the ones that maybe, if there's any that somebody would want to keep, then no, but she'll pull out a couple of the art items and 500 more gold, I think, if that seems right, and just look to Xenia and tell you what. If you can find purchasers for these, you may actually have enough, potentially, and then some, depending on how lucky you get and how your bartering is. After all, it is a festival, and festival prices do apply. Just look for the rich purchasers.
Oh, you're a doll. Does your boyfriend want more bacon?
You'd have to ask him, but I would venture a guess as to... Do you think we're a little bit saturated with it?
I don't know. Oh, also, as your punishment for giving him bacon this morning, you're cooking for the next 5 days.
Xenia, I hope you know that if you expect me to cook for the next 5 days, nobody is going to eat for the next 5 days.
Oh, I won't be there to eat it.
I see. Personal project.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, in that case, and she just gives the 2 art items and no extra gold, do your best.
Also, if you have Pierre help, I'll know.
Well, that's alright. I don't mind you knowing.
Oh, then I'll be gone for more than the time.
That would be a shame.
You know,
As
I'll come and go.
I would have liked your help in certain matters that pertain to the entire island and the great event we have upcoming.
I could shorten the amount of days I'm gone, if you want to specify.
Nothing specific at the moment, but believe that you have expertise with certain, or at least more experience than most of us with certain structures, certain modes of magic.
Alright.
I want advice.
Okay, so I'll let you cook tomorrow, just to be easy on you. Have a firebird get me in the evening. If you have inkling I may be dead, send a few firebirds.
Concerning. Very well. Please come back safely and with all of your limbs intact.
I genuinely have no promises, but I will have all my limbs.
In one piece. In all of you in one piece. Not
It
two,
will
not
be in
four.
what? It's not technically my body going anywhere, if that's what you're worried about.
I'd prefer your soul in one piece as well, though I will admit that I don't necessarily have a way to keep track of that.
You know, you're really getting on the dot of what my plans are, dude.
Just please be careful.
Okay,
Alright.
fine. I'm gonna go tell Ash just so he doesn't have a hernia.
Maybe leave certain bits out. In regards
No, I need to tell him the certain
potential
bits are out.
death.
I need to tell him or I'll have the hernia.
You make a good point.
I can't bring him back
Yes.
if I'm gone for a day.
Well, when you do return, let me know. I'll see if I have anything more specific that I need to know from you.
Hey, Devin, what's that wish ability you have? Can you click that for me for a second?
The what now?
The ability you just used that you can only use once ever. Can you just
That can only use once ever.
Yeah,
The one
just
you
click
can
it for me
propose.
real quick. Yeah. Okay, never mind. For reference, I was wondering if I could kill you and then bring you back and then you'd be fine.
Wild.
Yeah, Zena's gonna go find Asha.
I'll kill you first. What?
So, you find Ashta. Ashta is currently basically assessing the grounds for the first time in what feels like too long. Ashta, you haven't done a real inventory of defenses for a while. And Isa's guiding you along with it. Your dwarves and most of the squads are helping out because they just kind of are excited that you're taking a role like this. We usually don't.
Ashta, buddy.
He like there's immediate like turn around. He's like, what?
Are you in a bad mood?
What? Oh no! What are you bringing to me right now? What are you about to say?
Just letting you know, I'm going on maybe a day or two long sabbatical.
I'm
Your
going to assume you are horribly downplaying that.
your lovely girlfriend's going to be doing the cooking. So good luck. Just letting you know I have stuff planned out just in case there is a situation with a corpse.
Whose corpse?
No one's in particular that may be elven or a little stupid.
How about we get specific before I go following you?
I would like to speak to you alone. I'm sorry, Issa and squads. Mostly Issa.
Isa just shrugs. You're an adult.
Just like beckoning him out.
Be right back.
She nods and we'll wait for you. Don't worry.
Before you start yelling at me after, are there any, like, dead people you have questions for?
Jesus Christ. Jesus
Ono face
Christ.
twitches and he puts a hand up to stop it twitching.
Do you want me to ask your mother anything?
I'm gonna give you one more chance to go at this with a bit more tact.
That was my tact.
Wasn't very much.
You've gotten too used to Rosalind. Sorry.
There is a very small face of Rayla with the big eyes just looking out of the top of Ash's armor, which is not the big heavy armor right now, by the way, because it's heavy armor right now.
So I'm
No,
not.
Mithril always does that.
Oh, that's right, it is Mithril.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah, sorry, my mistake. In that case, it's the same set of armor, and she's just looking out of it like,
So I'm not going to die myself. But perchance, if hypothetically
How about you just say it outright
I
and not dig this grave further?
Oh, my grave was already dug the moment I walked up to you.
And yet you continue downwards.
Ashley, Ashley, you know I love you.
Yes. This is why it hits so much.
Hypothetically, if I projected my soul into the astral plane to chat with dead people for a little bit.
No. Let them rest.
They're only they have to be willing to talk, bro.
True.
They can just leave if I go, hey, can I ask a few questions? And they go, no, and I go, okay, it's completely consensual. It's not like I'm dragging them.
Not physically.
I'm not mentally dragging them, I'm asking them. It's like walking up to someone and just go, hey, can I talk to you for a little bit? Hey,
Yeah, and sometimes you can get people to have conversations with you when they really shouldn't. Especially if you go, hey, I know your son.
If you don't want me to talk to your mother, I won't. I'm completely okay with that. You're not just the only one. You realize
Xenia,
that, right?
I want to trust you to know who you should and shouldn't talk to.
Yeah, I know. I'm about 5 times older than you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna keep talking down to me, I'll go and do it. If you're gonna talk to me like a child, I'm gonna act like one. Right?
I'm expecting the same amount of respect I would give you and your family.
You could just say no. That's an answer, Ashta. I already took it as a no. It's fine.
Please understand that when you walk up and ask if I want to open up old wounds, it doesn't feel great.
Okay.
And having you go around and beat around the bush and act like it's not a big deal doesn't help.
Okay.
I've tried before to ask and say that certain things aren't good ideas, and then sometimes you go off and do them on your own. And I'm okay with that. Because I can respect your decisions at this point. I wouldn't want you to, and I'm telling you why I wouldn't want you to. I'm not thinking less of you for it. I respect you enough to make your own decisions on this. And it's not like I can stop you right now anyways.
You got a point. I'm a little stupid. And I don't
No, you're not.
I don't take things seriously. It's fine.
Doesn't make you lesser. Makes you in tune with Faye a bit more than I am. But when you bump up against me, who is much more serious on serious topics, there's going to be some blowback. That's it. I'm sure this goes much easier with Rosalind.
Much easier with most people.
So again, you can do as you please.
I'm asking for you.
I
As you
personally
say-
don't want you bringing up old information about my mother. I don't know if it would be a good idea if you basically dangled information about me in front of her to start a conversation with her in the astral plane.
Respectable.
Kind of feel bad, cause like a finger against your neck, Ashta. Just, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
What about your old squad?
That was my next question.
Have you asked Carson yet? It's his squad too.
I was about to do that.
Let's go find him then. And he turns to walk.
Could I ask him on my own?
Yeah, sure.
What's your stance on it?
My stance is I'd like to talk to him about it too.
I could. Okay. Okay.
Because I spent a lot of time thinking I was the only one left. In not a great state in that. Then he came along, and then I removed that from me. And now he's back. I'm happy to have him. But I haven't exactly have the time to dwell on the rest of it.
Zena's gonna like nod and just like hesitantly go to pat Ash's shoulder and then just put their hand back to their side.
He'll just like pat it back when it does touch his shoulder.
It doesn't touch.
So if you're gonna find him on your own, okay, but I want to talk to him after.
Carson's chaotic, right?
If you're asking if it might go easier with him than me, yes.
In other fact, they may want you to come. I have learned I can't control myself much.
If you think so, let's go.
Senior's like staying at like a respectable pace away from Ashta, using that extra 5 feet. I'm just gonna go in to find
And they'll
Carson.
just be a ping over to Carson. Hey, need to find you.
Sorry, didn't realize I was muted. You find Carson basically like fishing in like the big lake and just, hey.
Got a topic. Don't know if it's fun or not.
Never is with you. Let's go.
Did you give him the offer?
Oh,
If-
this might be extra fun. Never mind.
Actually, this may be an interesting offer because I just thought of something.
Intriguing.
I could send myself, and I had just realized I could also send you both, like not bodies, but souls, to the astral plane. And if there's anyone dead you want to converse with, you are open to, and that may also be your old squad.
I'm not about to go to the astral plane with all the stuff we know that's going on there. I'm not about to go
You just
there a
watched
second time.
Carson's entire brain blue screens for a minute.
Oh, Ashta, I broke him. Ashta, what to do?
Give him time.
Like he's got this like cocky smile like frozen on his face as he's just processing.
And she just like pats a hand on his shoulder.
I shouldn't have asked that, shouldn't have I? I should have not been doing this. We should just rest this week, I think.
And he kind of just blinks like, oh, you're serious? I was waiting for the punchline.
You're waiting for the punchline look, buddy?
That's him not wanting to admit he was
You gotta
actually
find
considering things for a while.
Yeah, I thought for something for more than 5 seconds. You should be proud. Right, Ashton? Come on.
An entire round of combat, he was stunned.
Yes. Correct.
It's a genuine offer. If
You
there's
plan to
anything
talk to
planned to talk to,
the squad. Anyways, you're already planning to talk to them? Or is it just
it's
your plan to stay
giving.
talk?
Yeah. It's giving that offer. If not, I just may not cast the spell and leave it for later, I guess.
I don't think it's safe to go to the astral plane right now.
I mean, if it's not your body going, you could just try your soul and can you end the spell whenever you want?
I think so.
So long as the cord doesn't get cut.
I mean, You guys are crazy fuckers. I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't do, but
It's not asking permission to cast the spell from you, Carson.
I'm talking about in general. But if you do talk to them, just tell them to miss them. You know. And I'm speaking for Ashton too, because I know he does too.
Yeah.
But just let them know that we're still alive. If they haven't found each other, let them know who's gone, who
It's like
didn't make it.
gonna cross their legs a little bit and go, okay. Now here's the bit of a deeper question.
He just reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small, like, ink drawing of the squad ash that you recognize as one of your very old ones.
You
Have
kept
your
that
name
thing?
on the back.
Hmm.
Yeah, I kept it. It was,
If
they found it when I was. They found me, and kept it ever since.
okay, this one's a bit of a deeper question.
Go ahead.
If I were to talk to them, and they would be willing souls,
Oh, you're not.
I can. If
If
they want to.
separate from our desires,
This
you
isn't.
ask, and they say yes,
Mm,
then I'm trusting you as a cleric with greater wisdom than me, and someone who's done this before, and seen what it can do to people, and see kind of. You get the implication towards uh, Mahmood, and
mm.
but you're adults, they're adults. You guys can discuss something like that on equal terms.
I was just.
Just hold it. Just don't hold the power over their head. That's all I ask. I trust you
I
not to do that. So
I appreciate it. I'm a bit too dumb to do that.
no, you're not. You're just too kind for it to be your first thought.
I I just wanted to let you guys know before you randomly saw them walking around here because in current state, I don't really need any sort of body to bring people back anymore.
Yeah. Then I'd say, my opinion is third on this list. As I trust Ash does before mine in terms of safety, if this is a good idea. But only in terms of safety, just to be clear. So if he says it's not safe, I don't think you should do it, and I agree with him. But most of all, you're the one with the connection to gods. You're the one with the connection to revival magic, and you understand what that means more than any of us.
Okay, I could try one more thing instead of projecting into the astral plane.
Discuss among yourselves. I just want to make sure that they're not still confused.
I
I'm
hope
okay
they're
with them knowing what happened. I'm okay with them being gone. I've accepted that. The idea of them wandering around lost and not knowing for eternity.
kind of scary.
Yeah.
I could try something else, but there's a
I'll
lot
let
of
you know this too. If they come back, I'm taking full responsibility of them.
Oh, of course.
That's fine.
We have to introduce them back to the world they've been gone for years.
Mm,
Also not a also not a now thing. I'm not bringing people back in this world state that don't need to be brought back.
Yeah, we kind of sucked to have them killed the second time.
Don't.
There's like an elbow to the hip.
Even I know that one wasn't good, Carson.
Hey, not to any fault of your own, but like it would suck to die twice when like from their perception it'd be like a month apart.
I guess so.
One more time and the elbow's lower.
Winston's like, come on, man, I'm not wrong.
He winds up the arm.
He looks at him like, punch a cripple, go ahead.
Does not.
Elbow
You just
him in the
walk.
nuts.
Alright. He doubles over like, god damn it, that wasn't a punch, fine. He will try to punch you in the nuts and it bounces off the arm and he's like, fucking ow!
Oh, you got feeling back in those, and he just kind of like kicks him over on the ground.
He hits the ground like, okay.
Carson, do you want Carson, do you want me to try?
I trust you to know whether to pick a fight with Ash or not.
Xenia rears to hit Ashton and punches Carson in the nuts.
He's on the
Oh
ground.
my god.
It's with
They're
advantage.
bullying him.
He makes a sound of like, okay, you are not getting this big ass salmon I just caught.
Heal
Fine,
him
I
up
was
'cause
gonna
I
make-
can't.
You took damage? Kill Carson. And Xenia's gonna land on
The
the
sound of a deflating balloon is a very good description for what the sound he makes is.
gonna like look back to Ash and just shoulders a little looser. Do you want some bacon? I was kind
Keep it
of
away
pissed
from
off.
the dog.
I was kind of pissed off this morning.
Hey, Conrad.
Oh, you were pissed off this morning, huh? Yes.
Odd question. How tall is the average giant?
Depends which type of giant.
Fuck.
The
Never
giants
mind then.
vary a lot.
Thick.
There's about a 20-foot plus minus.
You know, there's types of giants like, hill, stone, fire, average.
It's only a little bit
Technically, I
worse
think
than
you
asking
combine
the
all of
height
them
of the average
together.
humanoid.
Yeah, if you combine them all together, I think the average is 19 feet.
Yeah, like 19 or 20?
Yeah, because I think the tallest average is 29, the shortest average is 9.
What is the approximate height of a child?
Child giant or a child?
Like... Of what
Child
age?
giant.
A child giant? It depends again which type. There's about a... Go ahead and roll a history check.
What's happening? Xenia's just gonna
You
look at
could
Ash and
just divide it in half, more or less, and go, yeah, they're probably this height at some point.
I'm gonna say you have no idea.
Fuck, okay.
Esther picks up Carson, give him a cure wounds.
Did. No, come on, I'm gonna get you bacon. I was pissed at you this morning for reasons.
Go ahead.
Do I get apology bacon?
Only
you
if I
get your regular dumbass bacon.
Only if I can try something.
I don't think I can stop you.
So, no, I don't want Ash to fighting back on this because he's gonna be carrying you. Ash to carry Carson, I carry Ashta.
I'm down.
Ashta. Come on, I said have a little fun and this is me carrying you guys.
As I was saying, Carson, you might just get reward bacon. Because your little
Keep
stunt.
jumping to your arms.
Because your little stunt of super acid was actually helpful today.
Like I said, he jumps into your arms. What are you doing?
Are we doing this?
Like he is jumping into your arms actively. Do you catch him or no?
Ashta? Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay. He just looks at Xenia. Thank you. He like, kiss you on the cheek, Ashta. My hero.
There's a headbutt.
Yep. He takes it. He's like, yeah.
Well, Ash rears back the head, but then he goes pick him up.
Yep. You left him, no problem. Ashton, Carson is concerningly light still.
You've been eating, man?
Yeah.
Does he need
But
more
I
bacon?
gotta build up any sort of muscle mass still.
Well, we need you more bacon.
Done.
Let's get some more bacon. Have
Also,
the dog.
I should throw you on some of the I can't think of words. What's like the military exercises?
Which
There's a
one?
lot.
No, like the name for them, like going out and doing.
Drills.
Boot camp?
Yeah, drills.
Drills.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should get you on the guard drills.
Oh god, not again. I'm so much better as a merchant. You know I'm better as a merchant than a guard.
I won't have you do them every day.
Just make me a finance minister. I promise you I'll work out, but don't make me do drills anymore, please.
No, that's
How about a
Sandy,
finance
sorry.
minister? How about a finance minister who can do a chin up?
I will work my own way there. Don't make me do drills, please, Ashton. Come on.
There's an evil smile on his face.
Oh,
He's
no.
the finance minister. Shut up, bacon boy.
Alright. Can I be second in command to finance minister?
Yeah,
Can I
that's
be
fine.
trade
I was gonna make it me, but you can be second in command.
Can I be import-export minister?
I'll think about it, but you'll have to ask Rosalind.
Oh, I'm definitely ask Rosalind. Okay, so, in the meantime, I'm gonna say that... Yeah. So, after a couple hours, bacon is served, the basics are handled. Esther, Purvis, and Xenia.
Yep.
Ash and Rosalind have gone to begin their tasks for the week. You get told from Issa that a messenger is being sent up by the Archer to the Desert that has basically the
Okay.
news for the day from the Gathering that he wants to send you.
She's gonna go check it out. I want the
Ditto.
Holocaust.
So
Where
it's-
is Esther in terms of like her reading at this point?
This is just past sunset, so you're getting pretty deep into it. If you've been awake, you remember as you guys went to the library in the morning. So this would have been like a solid 8 or so hours within.
Has she learned anything yet?
We'll get to that. I'm
Okay.
gonna save a lot of stuff like that for next session. But you're basically told that a pair of dwarves are going to be coming up, and they think they're from your squad, but they're not sure.
LMAO.
They just kind of saw a dwarf and assumed.
Oh, dwarf fist.
A little bit. A little bit. But they agreed either way to bring the message. So, yeah, Rose comes up with the platform with these two on it, and Devin and Ara, if you'd like to describe the two people who walk up.
So,
What?
you see a pair of dwarves, one male, one female. Let's see. The female of the two, as I refresh my memory, has brown hair kind of pulled into braid over her shoulder. Somewhat broad features. She might have a little bit of that sideburn fuzz that sometimes you get on dwarves of any gender, just on the edges of the cheeks. She's wearing what looks like a traveling cloak. She doesn't seem to be dressed in much in the way of armor, though. She's carrying a staff that she walks with. It doesn't look fancy or particularly magical, but it is of a very dark, shiny hardwood with various knobs on it. If anybody's familiar with plants, you might recognize it as blackthorn. The male dwarf, Devin.
Yep. Has a set of similar features to the female. Has this kind of mess of similar brown hair at the top, and these kind of large mutton chops on the side. He's currently wearing a kind of red cloak that is sleeveless. Has a very fancy belt kind of wrapped around the hips. Additionally, just has a kind of staff that he has over over the shoulders with the hands hanging in front. And just has this very light look to him. His stance, his stance and posture is very, very light, very flowy.
Any of you can.
Oh, also of
See.
note, let's say on the female dwarf, you might see a little movement underneath the collar of the cloak, and you see a little furry snout poke out, as there is a little mink with dark fur peering out at you guys.
Hi.
Hey there, are you the fellas we were up told looking for?
Devin, I'll kill you.
Oh
sorry.
my goodness.
Devin immediately repulsed.
We got
Can I
a
ask-
word of a mischief there up from Genasi down there.
Who are
Who
you?
are you?
Hey,
Oh,
we're the messengers sent for you.
Oh dear lord.
Yeah.
Where do you come from?
You down below.
Oh god.
No.
Yeah, please don't tell me you're here. You guys are here for the week?
Oh, I don't know if you'll have us.
We're
He's gonna-
kind of here and there. Only came for visiting on the gathering here.
Okay, who the fuck are you?
Esther's gonna
Esther, I'm
feign into
scared.
the group. Esther's gonna feign to the other two and just go, they cannot stay here a week. I will lose my shit.
You go, they're staying a week. I'm here for shit.
Oh,
Esther's
my name's Tintrak. That's Tornak.
Oh god.
How do you know each other? You guys buddies?
Oh, we're twins.
Brother and sister
No.
there.
Oh
I hate
no.
Yes.
Not in character. This is to Devin and Ariel specifically. So what's the news?
Oh, I don't know. It was written down.
Can I have the paper, please?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
can we
sealed
see it?
missive here. I'll give it to you right here.
By the way, anyone who wants to look into inactive characters, the female one is under the name like Tintreach is how it's spelled.
Can you show it to
God.
them?
I
Because I
tried to
do
enable
have
quick
one art.
access.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
see it.
Oh my god. Okay. Can I read the news, please?
Yes. So, as you all process this, the
All of you.
news is actually based on the magical explosion that happened the night before with the branding. It seems that the primary person to speak on it was actually Elder Farron. He made a speech about how, because the people from his tribe weren't branded the same way the rest of the exiles were, they should be given the rights of a full tribe, rather than this kind of like partial thing they have, and they should be allowed to exile their own members if they want to, rather than relying on the council to do it. But, so, as you guys process this and process the fucking dwarves in front of you,
Howdy
yeah,
there.
here we go. Got the art for, how do you pronounce it, Tornik?
Tornak.
Tornak.
I'm going to give access for you guys to see, because the show to players isn't working.
Just gonna look to Fervis while she's sort of reading this and just
What is it?
go. Your Elder Farron was the main one to speak about the cursings.
A chill runs down Purvis's spine.
Apparently, your old tribe wasn't branded like the rest of them. And he claims that because of this, he and his people should be given full tribal status.
No.
No, Fervis, it's not going to happen. That simply can't occur. If anything, it makes him look suspicious.
I
The
won't
fact-
entertain this. And he's
And
gonna.
Fervis, it's going to be fine. It's not going to happen.
No. He has something planned.
He does. Anybody can see that just from this alone. The fact that his people weren't branded differently, that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Of course it does.
And that puts him prime
didn't-
suspect. I will talk to the council tomorrow. I will indicate that there is knowledge of this man, that he is not a good person
To be trusted. No.
and not to be trusted. And believe me, they will listen, okay? We will make sure that this gets through to them. Do not panic. It will be dealt with. And we will find a way to get the marks off of everybody else. Okay?
I'm just
I will
afraid that they're gonna circle that tribe. They're gonna link that tribe back to me, and they're gonna think I'm complicit.
Fervis, look at this. And Esther's gonna pull out her scroll and show him the name at the top. You're on here.
What?
This is my family line. You're right here.
What do you mean?
And Fergus, you do also note just from the conversation you guys have had and from Esther's reading, you and Esther are the only people who you've figured out who are able to give permission for anyone else to see this scroll. Based off the magic and the identify spells that's been cast, that means you are considered part of that bloodline in all levels of like Genasi magic, basically.
How?
Because we said so. The magic that permeates the gathering is incredibly strong. There is a reason I wanted you to meet my family. You're one of my own now, Fervis. You're one of Jade's. You're one of Gabriel's. You're one of my family. And this proves it. You are completely and utterly redeemed of the sins of your father and forefather and those before him. You're of my blood. Forever and ever, as long as you remain to have us. And it says so right here.
In the meantime, you guys, kind of separate from the conversation that Xenia has struck up with the dwarves, the little mink pops out of the color of Tinstick? Is that how you say it?
Tin truck.
Tinstick.
What the fuck, guys?
Mm.
Could you tell who had a
I
hand?
hate
with?
you both.
Oh, I know
Wonder,
what about.
I wonder who made these
Sorry.
characters.
Sorry.
So,
Sorry, Devin, you're laughing behind the
watch
camera.
as the mink, like a small,
Mink.
just like a happy little creature, jumps out of the collar and makes its way over to Ferris and like climbs up his leg and up to his neck and just curls up. It's very soft, Ferris.
Oh, that's Yaskare. Don't bind him. He's friendly.
Although Yas seems to like you there.
Hmm.
Just give like a little affection, like licks and nibbles the side of your chin, Fergus.
Fun fact about
He's gonna-
Yaskare is that the fur is very dark for the most part, but there is a kind of pattern running down from the middle of the head down the spine to the tip of the tail. It's almost a jaggedy, paler ash gray series of lines that kind of split off from the spine and kind of break apart, almost reminiscent of lightning.
Did you make a zebra mink?
No, it's not that intense. It's actually fairly subtle.
Okay.
It's
I
very cute though.
I have some bacon in the kitchen if you guys want some.
Oh, that's real nice, but Yask
I mean,
might like some, but he prefers fish, and kind of so do we.
Are you pescatarian?
Eh, that's a real fancy word there.
It
Yeah.
really
Oh my
is.
God.
I got taught that word. Oh my god, that's it's such a weird word, right? Just say you eat fish.
And on that note, we're gonna end the session.
Oh my god, my fucking head hurts.
Now I'm the vibe with these characters.
Till next
No.
time, guys!
Oh,
Till next time.
bye.